Anyways,
I don't know the rules.
we're figuring them out as we go. Welcome back to
Well,
the Final Bros podcast. I'm Lane Coffin,
and I'm Dwarf Eyes.
and today we're going to be talking about All Stars Season 10, Episodes 1 and 2, because they dropped them both on us today. Or not today, but
Oh,
this week. But
okay.
before
Is
we get
this
into
looks you have prepared for us? Is this every look from all 2 episodes?
it's most of them. I couldn't be bothered trying to get images of episodes 1 challenge, but I also don't think they're really worth talking about mostly.
Damn.
They were fine.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be a lot to go through. I should grab my notes because I did write some things down, but this was so overwhelming to watch because it's like it starts with RuPaul just like giving like the rules to the board game they're playing, which goes on forever. It feels like it's like the first 30 minutes of the episode is them just discussing like how does this season work. So we should probably start there. So spoilers for the episodes. We're gonna talk about a lot of things, the looks and all that jazz.
But before we even get into that, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I'm newly single and I'm re-experiencing what it's like to be a woman again. And that's that. Also, I've
Word.
been very sick.
Nonstop.
Excuse me.
You really kept that up.
Yeah. No, I'm so both of my exes that I still live with have COVID, I think. One of them definitely has COVID. My upstairs neighbor has COVID. I tested negative, but now the other one's getting sick. So who even knows? I might have had COVID. I might still have
You
COVID.
might have been the one that got them sick.
I could be, but I don't think so. I think I was sick with something else, and then I think he got COVID, and then he may have given it to me, and I may be freshly sick with COVID. But I'm hoping that that's not true. I'm hoping I'm good. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been really active in my local drag lately, and this week I'm performing live on the
Oh,
small
right.
stage. It's gonna be exciting. I can't believe you already
Totally forgot
forgot.
about that.
Jeez, supportive.
That's so exciting. That is really exciting.
No, I'm really jazzed. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun, and hopefully, they invite me again because I would
I think you should
like
give
more
us your
money.
address right now so we can all
Yeah.
come. I
Trust
wanna
and
come to the
believe.
show.
None of y'all live close enough to come here.
You say that, but there's always that one person. Like, that's why I don't tell people anymore. So I remember one time I was going to a Patti LuPone concert, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to this Patti LuPone concert. And they were like, the one in Toronto? And I was like, oh, yeah, that one. And they were like, well, I'm going to be there too. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, at least that's like
Never
not
mind.
like down the street from your house.
No. And I also didn't go in the end anyway, so it was fine. Yeah.
Hate to meet a fan.
Oh, also, I've seen 2 centipedes in my house today.
Oh,
and
God.
I keep feeling like something's crawling on me, so I'm kind of freaking out. So if I freak out suddenly, it's probably because it feels like there's centipedes crawling on me.
Great.
Just letting you know. Could you imagine if one like crawled across me like on camera?
I mean, that would
I
make
think I'd actually
great content.
action park myself. Okay, I'm ready to talk about this episode.
Ready to.
Especially because it's going to be so long.
Oh,
So
God.
buckle up.
Yeah, this is going to be an extra long episode because we got 2 episodes to go over, which I was not really prepared for.
No.
I thought we were
not
just
at
getting
all.
involved in one. Like, wait. First of all, I understand doing a double premiere if you're actually doing like a double premiere, like on a regular season where you like split them up in half for the first episode.
Right.
But for some reason so the way that the structure's working is that there's 3 different brackets of 6 queens. And each bracket gets 3 episodes for them to accumulate points. And the top 3 queens at the end of those 3 episodes will move on to the next heat or whatever.
Heat. So when I heard that's how this was working, I thought it was going to be like spliced together. So like in one episode,
Same.
they would all do the challenge individually and we'd see like little pieces of it.
Same. It's structured very strangely because we're gonna get 3 episodes with all the first group all together, and then we're gonna get 3 episodes of the next group, and then 3 episodes of the next group. So by the time we get
Right.
to the end of the third bracket, are we gonna remember any of these horrors? I don't
Probably
know.
not. Like, I think we're gonna forget everything that they did
forget
to get there.
Everything. They're gonna have a recap episode just halfway through the season to be like, remember what happened
Literally,
in
it's gonna
episode
be
2?
really weird. The other thing I was thinking, what they could have done is the way they did it, but then air the episodes like it's the first episode is like the first episode for one group, the second episode's the first episode for the second group.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would have kept them more like fresh in our minds, because we'd see them once every 3 episodes. Because the other thing that's going to be weird about this is that we're going to watch an entire group finish, and then we're going to watch another group start a new thing and then finish, and we're going to do that 3 times.
And
By
they're
the
probably
time
gonna
we get
have
to the actual,
similar challenges for every bracket.
right? Who even knows? Like, is one group going to do the
We're gonna have
snatch
to watch
game and nobody else?
3 music challenges.
What
We're
if
gonna
they
watch
do 3 snatch games? I would actually jump out of a building. Like, that would be crazy.
Well, I assume they're gonna do something like some sort of snatch game situation once everybody's. That's probably gonna be like the big challenge after they get the tops out of 3 brackets.
That would make sense. That's the other thing. Okay, so if after all the brackets are over, we're 9 episodes in, the real challenge starts, there's still, what, 9 queens left?
Yeah.
That's so many contestants. It's like, this is going to be the longest Drag Race season ever, unless they just start, like, rapid fire eliminating them. Like, because they haven't even talked about what's going to happen once they're all together.
No.
Also, because it's RuPaul, there's going to be all kinds of twists. They'll probably bring back random queens who didn't make it for whatever reason. Or maybe they'll do, like, you didn't watch the All Winners season, but they did this thing in the All Winners season where, like, basically at a certain point, mathematically, certain people couldn't win. So they divided them up into 2 separate groups. And it was like the tops were competing against each other to win the season. And then the bottoms were competing for like some other separate, smaller challenge. The She Already Done Had Hers as award or some shit. Like, it was just literally like so complicated. It made sense, but also
like
they
they're
were all
always trying to
winners.
find ways to like incorporate the queens that get like eliminated early or
Right.
like have more
Which-
to show.
But here's the thing, and like I don't
Like,
want to
how
sound like a
can you do
bitch,
that?
but it made sense in All Winners because I genuinely wanted to see them all. You know what I mean? Whereas like in
Saying
this,
there's
it's
people
like
you don't want to see more of.
there's certain people that I've already identified that when I watch them, I think they probably would have gone home very early and they would not have gotten this much screen time if it wasn't for this setup. And you can tell because it gets real fucking boring. So I'm not gonna name names. Anyway.
But yeah, we're here at the first episode, and one thing we can start with is that while they don't go into the workroom for their entrances, so they don't get like entrance lines or anything, they do come out on the main stage.
They didn't get entrance lines. That was weird.
Yeah, no entrance lines. They just get to walk out in an entrance look.
Why didn't they, I wonder?
I don't really know, but I guess they didn't want to spend even more time because they had to bring them out on the main stage. I guess because they wanted, I don't know.
To do they wanted to do the weird bit with the RuPaul's
Yeah, which I mean, they
sports
could have just
announcer.
put that on the TV in the workroom, but maybe they wanted the better lighting of the main stage for these entrance looks. Like maybe they wanted to like highlight the entrance looks a bit
think-
more.
Personally, it sometimes feels like they're trying to do things differently just because it's All Stars and they want All Stars to feel like a different show. But it always feels weird when they do something different because it's such a like this show has such a standardized structure at this point that I'd rather just hear them make their quirky little entrance lines personally. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. How do you feel about the tournament structure? Are you excited for it?
We'll see once we really get going how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel the same. I think it's going to be weird. Like, I think once we see the second My assumption is by the time we're done with the second group, I'm going to be fatigued and I'm going to be tired of this bullshit.
Yeah,
That is my assumption.
that's my
But I
assumption as
wonder,
well.
this is going to sound really shady, but I do think, like, I don't know how to put this in a way that's, like, not mean, but just looking at the cast lineup, I do feel like this is, like, a dull group.
Oh.
So I wonder if I wonder if that's why they put them first, because like if they had put them third, this would have been like unwatchable by the time we got to it. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that they're like not great queens, because they are, but it's like how much of this episode did they spend standing around and talking about how good of friends they all are
my
and
God.
how long they've known each other?
Yeah,
And it's like
didn't
great.
bring out
Like
they didn't bring out like a feuding group or anything. They just brought out
No.
people that were like, either they're like, oh, I've never met you before, that's so cool, or oh my God, we're best friends. So there wasn't really.
Right.
I mean, there was some weird animosity, but I think that came in episode 2.
It did, and it was also really fucking weird. So we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for coughing. I'm not well.
Don't worry, I'll boost them in post. I'll bass boost all of your
Those
coughs.
coughs are extra loud. Okay, let's get into the
Let's start
let's get into it.
with some of these.
What are we doing? The looks?
The entrance looks.
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
we had Aja, who, as we were informed, because I didn't know this, Aja did all Pokemon episode 1, and I was really worried that this was just going to be a running theme for the entire season.
Yeah. I
Forgot what this was called, but
what the Pokemon's name is?
yeah.
It's like Rosalita or something like that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not a big Pokemon person. I know the Pokemon, like I can see it in my mind. I could not tell you its name. But it's like a flower Pokemon.
But trust and
I
believe,
remember
any Pokemon enjoyer here is screaming at the monitor right now.
Yeah,
We get it.
Well, you should fucking see the fucking. I watched the fucking pit stop episode. Fucking Katya and Monet literally no clue what the fuck this was a
There we
reference
go.
to, and they even commented on how they thought the red and blue looked dumb. Like it went completely over their heads. And my God, the comments from the Pokemon people, they couldn't fucking take it. So yeah, at least we
I've
know
said
these
it
are
once,
Pokemon.
I'll say it a million times. Pokemon enjoyers are just the Disney adults of the gaming world. It's true.
That's real, actually. But also you're a Disney adult now, so what does it make you?
I am a Disney adult.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Disney today?
Huh?
Your favorite Disney fact today?
And
Okay, great. Moving
Anyways.
on. I like this look as a concept. It does, speaking of Disney adults, it does feel like when they do that, what do the Disney people do? Where they cosplay, but they're not allowed to?
oh God, what is it called?
Disney bounding?
Disney bounding.
Yeah, she's pokey bounding.
Yeah, she's
because
pokey
she
bounding.
probably legally can't like dress up like the actual Pokemon.
Yeah, she can't do an actual cosplay.
So she's doing her best. I like the idea of it. It's cute.
Same. I like it for an entrance look as well. Like,
Yes.
oh, I like Pokemon.
Oh,
I
I
want to do a
agree.
Pokemon look. That's fine with me.
Also love the wig.
Yeah, the wig's nice. It's nicely molded. I do like, if you were to just view this as a look, I do agree. Like this like bright red and this bright blue against
Yeah,
the
it feels
screen looks
random.
weird. It doesn't really flow well with it, but you know what? It's a cute little suit
It's nice, yeah.
for an entrance look. I think it's A. It
felt
looks
like-
nice.
Yeah. I actually don't have an issue with it. It's like not my favorite, but the thing about entrance looks is like when they get there, they don't know how long they're gonna be in it, and it's usually
True.
it's a long time. So especially on All
You
Stars,
want something
I
a
feel
little
like
comfortable.
they know now in All Stars, like you don't wear like the tightest, most cunty gown that you have to walk into the workroom,
No.
because that shit, like you could be in that for like.
Although once again, my
24
favorite thing
hours.
to do anytime they do a drag race season, I want you to dunk these queens in water. I want you to
Oh,
spray them with a
same.
fire hose. I want you
I
to
miss those days.
dangle them off a building to do a stupid photo shoot.
Yeah.
But we don't really we didn't do that here. We just sort of
They
walked
don't
in.
do that shit anymore, and I don't know
don't.
why.
It's
Like Dracula's still out there fucking
Oh yeah.
like, chasing them and tasing them and shit. Like,
Knocking them down a peg, episode 1 always.
literally stealing their wigs.
But yeah, Asha, this one's cute. It's not too in your face with the Pokemon reference that I'm like, ugh.
I also really like Aja. So
Me too. Oh, I love Asha.
I'm a little biased.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It's tough with these queens because we know them all, so it's like we're already coming in with a
Well, you
lot
knew
of bias.
most of them. We'll get there. Anyways. Up next we had Bosco.
So good.
Listen, when she turned that corner, I laughed.
I love this.
I love it. It's so cunty. It's so funny. But it's
It is.
like it's a lot of things.
It's like the scale gives like Pee-wee's Playhouse like campy like
Yeah.
children's show, but then she's naked.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
she's
it's so
naked.
good.
And
It's
she has
so
this
good.
she has
It's
this
like,
tie that goes all the way down and then like basically
I
becomes a
love
thong.
that. I literally want one.
It's
like
so
where can I get
fun.
one? Like I would wear that.
The
to
color scheme's on
Pride.
point. You can't go wrong with like zebra and red.
Yeah, it's definitely really fun.
She looks
love the giant shoulder pads, the
beautiful.
giant collar. It's just all good.
Ignore my BattleNet notifications coming in behind me. No, you don't see them. Like doing display capture.
That's so funny.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, this is an S. This is an S.
absolute. It's so cunty, so beautiful.
It's really
it's funny. It's fun.
She's setting the bar high for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
To walk in with a look like that, like, oh my god.
Like this is
She
your
better have
entrance
some
look. You don't
really
even know if it's going to
crazy
be like. You don't even know if it's really going to be like featured longer than like 10 seconds. But like,
Yeah.
you make a statement with that. I love it.
It's also I love that so since Bosco's last been on Drag Race, she has transitioned and she has clearly had some work done and she wants to show it off and like work, bitch. I would too.
Yeah.
100%.
You can tell
would be
just
naked
how
as much
like I
as
mean
possible.
she was already somebody that loved to be naked, but like you can tell like
Yeah.
she's so comfortable in her skin and she wants you to see it.
She looks great.
Absolute nothing but toots for
Yeah.
Bosco here.
I love that we're doing a tier list. It feels so shady to do a tier list every time we do this.
No.
That's why I like it.
I think it's honest.
Oh god.
Okay, Deja's guy comes out. I actually really liked this look. I thought it was really fun. It's like it was very bouncy. There was a lot of movement with all these stars. I think for Deja's guy, I think she looked great.
Not for Deja Sky, please.
Her hair was
I just-
good. Her makeup was
It's just
good.
very much like it's like the star stickers you like put on a child's report card.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I just-
I
I just-
don't understand. And then she said
She's an
something about like
all-star.
she's shooting for the stars or something. And I was like, I feel like you got that backwards. You're
I think
supposed
it's
to shoot
I just
for
think
the
I think it's
moon,
really
right?
I think it's a well-made garment. It's a cute little dress, but like I think all the stars and the way that they're like attached and they just sort of float around and bounce and she can spin and they go all over the place. I think it's really nice.
I hate it. Her hair does look good though. I will give her that.
Do you think
Otherwise-
we could maybe meet in the middle and do B tier?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because like it's not
like,
it's not the
hideous. I just
gaggiest
don't get
thing
it.
I've ever
Like, I'm-
seen. It's just cute.
It's just
though.
a dress with a bunch of stars bouncing off of it.
Sometimes
like,
that's all you need. Up next is Irene the Alien.
I thought we were just watching season 5, and I really thought you were about to say Ivy,
Ivy
Winters.
Winters.
This is nice. I like this.
Yeah, no, it was really cute. She's got a whole like alien, like super villainous look to her. This could easily be a doll.
Yeah.
I like that it all came apart too, so she got to like show her titties
I
and
hate the length of the dress. That bothers me a lot. I
well, it
think it's
comes
a
off.
really- it doesn't matter. It can still be a different length. I think it's a really weird length of a dress for this type of dress. This should be, in my opinion, this should be more of like an actual gown that's like hitting the floor. But
it is weird that you would go that long with a skirt and you just wouldn't make it go all the way.
At the ankle. Yeah. It's like really weird. It's giving like, I don't know, like Mennonite length skirt or like,
Please.
Like suffragette. Like, I don't know why you would hem your skirt at that length, honestly. But other than that, I like it a lot.
Other than that, like it is fantastic. That's just like the with a lot of these looks, you have to be like really nitty gritty details about it.
Yeah,
Because,
well, yeah.
like,
I mean,
they're all like
that being
professionally
said,
made garments that look
literally,
really nice. If you were to just like,
they all have a ton of money now, except she
Yeah.
probably doesn't have that much money because she was only on one episode.
they won't let you
But
forget.
who knows?
They won't let you forget. They constantly bring
No.
up that Irene only got one episode.
Every time she's on camera, RuPaul likes to be like, well, your episode, sorry.
Like, since your season, since your episode of Drag Race, it's like, that's so fucking rude.
I'm glad she's back, though. I think
Oh, me
she's,
too.
honestly,
I'm so excited.
She's taken it very well, and she has a good sense of humor about it, which I think is much better than, like, I mean, obviously, like, there's always those queens that are like, I went home first, and I'm here to show you that I've still got, like, Vanjie had that storyline for, like, all 85 seasons that she was on Drag Race. Like, she never, like, forgot that she went home first, even though she's basically almost won the show multiple times now.
No,
Anyway, I
Irene
like this,
definitely, if she didn't go home episode 1, she would have gone really far. Her looks that she didn't get to show were fantastic. She's really quick. She's funny. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She makes good TV.
Genuinely do not think that they planned to send her home that day. I think she just fucked up the lip sync that bad, which is kind of crazy because it's like if it's your first day on Drag Race and you're in the bottom, like, sure, you fucked up, but it's like, girl, they've really just gagged her because she fucked up the lip sync that bad. I don't even remember it, but I know it was bad.
But thankfully she's back, and I mean, as we can see, she's got a lot to show, and I'm excited for Irene.
A tier?
Yeah, I think A tier. A tier, solid A tier, a really good look.
I can't, in good conscience, put that in S tier with the length of that dress. It's just really fucking bizarre. It's just a really bizarre choice.
Up next was Olivia Lux.
I like this one.
Same. I really like it. I mean,
this is really nice.
The only complaints I have are in the nude illusion paneling.
I was gonna say the same thing.
It gets a little crinkly. It gets a little. The shapes
also,
get a little strange.
Yeah, like the shade's a little off. It's wrinkly, and it makes it doesn't look like a nude illusion that doesn't even for a second look like she's nude is like always weird to me.
Yeah. But I do think the color is really nice. I do think the gown is pretty. I love her hair. My only complaint about her hair was that I could tell from the she was constantly walking like this.
Yeah, she's doing it in the photo.
Because like her hair is so heavy and it's not going straight up. It's at like an angle. So if she were to just like stand up straight, it would like
I think
probably
honestly
fall back.
I would have
she's
liked
beautiful.
I like the wig a lot. I wish it was styled a little different. I know that she clearly wanted to do an updo with it because it is like a gown, but I think that maybe a less tall updo and maybe have a little bit more hair coming down. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely some choices that she could have made with the wig that would have made this less awkward for her to be walking around in.
It's just I don't know if other people noticed it as much, but for me it was very noticeable that she was walking like this the entire time.
Yeah, like the whole time, like back, like tits out, head forward. But the dress is beautiful.
Yeah,
I really like
the
this a
look
lot.
overall I think is really nice. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
And as we'll see,
A-tier?
I think she really likes this color because she wears it again in the same episode.
Yeah. I like it too, though.
Oh, I love her other look, but yeah, this is A tier. This is very nice.
Pastels.
Phoenix's
enjoyer.
entrance look.
Yeah.
It's like a lacy see-through gown
Yeah.
with like a big ruffly collar with sort of like, it's like a bodice piece that's not like, it's like a hard bodice.
So my issue
It's
with
like a
this
bib.
dress is that it's just one of those dresses where it's like, I've seen it 1,000 times before, and there's no real like.
This is a
there's-
pride
you're
parade
not,
dress.
Yeah, and you're not like telling a story or doing something cute with it. Like with this kind of like big like drag gown thing, like you can do all kinds of shit with it. You know what I mean? It's like you can do whatever you want. It's just a regular ass like your standard like fashioned drag gown. Like but there's nothing interesting happening with it. It's just it's
Yeah, my
pretty.
biggest problem is there doesn't seem to be like a lot of intentionality with the colors.
Yeah.
I get that's like Phoenix, flames, but
Oh, is that what it's supposed to
I
be?
guess so.
Because like I feel like you could tell that story a lot better with I don't know, different fabrics, like more like ethereal type of fabrics. Like
I don't hate it.
I
If I
don't
saw
get
this
flame
at
from this
Pride,
at
I'd be like,
all.
woo! Like that's fun. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's well made.
It's a pretty dress.
Yeah, it's a pretty dress. But like
Beautiful
when we get into
gowns.
like the details and the presentation of it, it's like for me I have issues with like once again the intentionality of the colors. Plus like she's wearing red hair where she has like a red collar.
Right.
And so it just sort of
yeah, it bothers me a
gets
little bit.
lost
Also, there's
in
like a
that.
red fascinator in her hair that you can't even like really tell is there.
I think
It's
that's
like feathers or
hair.
something.
It's part of the updo. The hair's like sticking
No,
out.
I think there's like feathers or something on top of it. I could be wrong.
I thought it was just
I thought she had a
hair.
fascinator on. Oh, can you zoom in?
zoom and enhance.
Oh, is that just more hair? Just in a
It's just
shape?
the part of the updo, with just like these.
Weird. Yeah, it's a
hair
lot of weird
pieces to
choices.
I do
that amount
love
to-
her makeup.
Oh yeah, she looks
Beautiful.
I haven't had an issue with anyone's like actual makeup. Like they all look great.
Yeah.
It's just a boring dress, but it's
Yeah,
pretty.
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's just really standard. It's not
Yeah.
horrible. It's not poorly made.
No,
It
it's
just,
fine.
it's just not that shocking to me.
It's not even slightly shocking.
So, for the rest of the episode, I completely forgot that this happened because it was so kind of in the background. But they're supposed to write verses for like a
I love that
metal
you forgot
version of a
the
RuPaul
main-
song.
It's literally a maxi challenge.
It's the maxi challenge,
challenge
but
of the
it-
episode.
It was
You
so in
forgot
the
about it.
background of everything else that's happening.
Yeah,
Because like we barely even see it happen. We don't see them
No.
like really rehearsing it. We see them get a
We
little
see
bit of
them-
choreo.
I think we see them writing their verses a little bit.
Yeah, but they don't really
think-
talk about what they're writing too much. They're just sort of like they are writing and they're talking about writing, but then they're also just doing more. Hey, do we want to make an alliance?
Right. Oh yeah. The alliance talk. Yeah,
All the alliances.
there's tons of alliances already. Like 5 seconds in. But also, I mean, if you think about it, you got to work fast because they know going into this they've only got 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like in 3 episodes, 3 of them are going to be eliminated. So
Well, Aja has as
It's-
many alliances as she has letters in her name, which is 3. By the end of episode 2, she has 3 separate alliances.
you are right. Yeah, she makes a lot of alliances, which I think is fine as long as she knows what she's doing. But
It's
the thing about
fine
Aja-
until all of a sudden it's like, so who you're gonna give your point to, Aja? And Aja
Right.
literally has an alliance with everybody here, and she's going to fuck up something with someone.
But I think that with Aja, she's not really thinking it through too
no,
much.
she
It doesn't
literally
seem
said she's
she
like, I'm
is.
just I'm just going with it.
But like having a multiple alliances is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you're making the game a lot more complicated. And
Yeah.
in a game where there's a point system that involves like voting and likability, that can backfire like
Oh,
really
yeah.
fucking easily.
It's like you got a head start, and I don't like you now. I'm not giving you points.
Right. Yeah, because she does. I think she does well in this first challenge.
Yeah,
Do
she
we have
does.
the
She does
rock
really
star
well.
looks?
No.
Okay, that's fine. They were not that impressive. Nobody looked great.
Well,
Bosco
we only
looked
saw
good.
them for like a split second. Most of them I don't
Right.
even really remember because I like you know,
I
we're doing shaky
barely
camera
remember.
work. We're not really getting a good look at them. They don't bring them out on the main stage. I remember really liking Irene's and Bosco's and
I remember Bosco was giving like Sandy from Grease at the end of the movie, but like as a hair metal band, right? Wasn't it like a full body like black pleather thing?
she was wearing like a yellow zebra print bathing suit.
Then what the fuck am I thinking
And then
about?
she had like this tall, straight blonde hair that like went out like a cresting wave on the
Who
ocean.
fuck am I thinking about? Was somebody in like
Maybe
all
you're
black
thinking about,
leather?
you're thinking about Irene probably, who was wearing like
It might
a
have been
crop
Irene.
leather jacket that was like multiple. It was like pink and yellow zebra print,
Maybe.
and she had
Maybe
curly,
I'm thinking about
big
a different
hair metal
episode.
hair. No, I think you're thinking about Irene's look.
Okay, great. Well, we'll never know because you didn't compile them, and that's
And
fine.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure how much this challenge mattered because
Same, because I certainly don't remember how anyone did. I literally, like when they were picking the tops and bottoms, I was like, all right, sure.
it's because we only
That's
really got
probably
tops.
right.
Everybody else is considered like bottoms, I guess,
Right, yeah.
because it's
So,
all stars.
the way the point system works, we didn't really explain it too much, but each episode has a top two. They're going to lip sync against each other. The winner of the lip sync
The
will
top
get
two
3 points.
get 2 points by default.
Right.
The winner of the lip sync gets 1 extra point,
Yes.
and everyone who wasn't a top gets 1 point that they get to give to anyone else.
Right. I wonder what's going to happen if there's like multiple ties. I wonder if there
Yeah,
are gonna be
it seems like
tiebreakers.
a system that'd be really easy to tie up. Like,
Yeah, with the amount of extra points that are being thrown around, like I could see really easily, like when you're playing tic tac toe and nobody ever wins.
yeah.
Okay, great.
But yeah, it's so, you know, they come out, and I guess we can show the main stage theme, which was tits and slits. So they just want you to come out in a slutty gown. Show off your tits, show off your slits. And
Love a slit.
honestly, I love the idea for this runway. I like runways that aren't too specific. Like they give you a general like idea of
You
what
have
to do.
Not start with Bosco because that's so rude to everybody else.
Bosco was near the beginning though.
I'm just saying, it's just disrespectful to everyone else to have to be looked
Yeah,
at after Bosco.
Bosco comes out in this fucking gorgeous Mugler inspired, all zipped up, tits out, unzipped slits. Just like, it's gorgeous. Like,
Yeah,
took the original idea but didn't just replicate it as it was. Took the idea, used the silhouette, and did something different with it. Which
yeah, and this dress that she's basing this off of is my favorite Mugler look. I do
so
wish
beautiful.
she had made the like seashell part behind her a lot
a little bigger.
taller. I don't know if it was just like a cost constraint. Sometimes it's hard.
Maybe.
But maybe it was just like it could have been a structural thing too. Because I will say a dress like that is not easy to make. It's very complicated. It requires a really talented stitcher, draper, etc. So who knows? Maybe there's a number of reasons they could have shortened it. But I do wish it was a little taller. That's my only critique.
I
of
was
this dress.
assuming it was
Otherwise,
like
I
a
think it's really
practicality
cool.
issue of like packing it and then like
It could have been that
having to
too.
put it together yourself and get yourself into it, and also like maneuver it on the runway. Like maybe that would be like a little much.
It could have been, but this bitch brought an entire coffin.
We'll get there.
She could have put it in the coffin. I do love that the hair
hair
is
is-
zippered together.
Yeah, it's like a beehive that's like
That's
unzipped.
really fucking cool.
Her neck has a
literally
zip.
have never
Arms
seen
have a
anything like
zip.
that.
Her nipples
I
have
like.
zipper pulls.
We should ask James to remake this fucking wig. 'Cause I want to see somebody make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think of like how the fuck did she do this?
I'm
Like-
thinking it's like some sort of like stiff molded like
It
plastic.
has to be just like a flat spiral of hair, right?
I think it's a flat spiral of plastic or something with the hair glued
a
to
traffic
it.
cone.
Yeah.
It's a traffic cone. She's just wearing a traffic cone on her head.
But yeah, it looks great. It defies gravity. It looks stunning. I love the
Very
concept.
cool.
Another S tier for Bosco.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
Like almost no critiques.
Literally, like it's hard to find anything to critique
It's
about
very
that.
hard to critique her because even the things that I don't like about her outfit, it's like I can think of why that she might have made those choices, and I'm, like, it's not like a huge mystery to me why she would make that situation smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Coming out next, we have Olivia Lux in a Lil Kim inspired another lavender number, and
Yes, love the color.
yeah, love the color, love the hair.
Once again, weirdness with her nude illusions. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, I
They're always a
wonder if
little
she just
funky.
decided, fuck it, we're just gonna go for just like mesh
Sheer.
and not
Yeah.
like trying to do like an actual nude illusion with it.
This is, I think she said this is based on a Lil Kim look.
Yeah, Lil Kim, a famous Lil Kim red carpet look.
In that look, was it supposed to be a nude illusion or was it a mesh?
No, her titty was just out and it was just covered with like a
Oh.
pasty, like a seashell
Got
pasty.
it. So that this is supposed to be a nude illusion. Okay.
One thing that I like about this look is that instead of doing a slit in a dress, it's a pant leg that's slit.
Yes, very cool.
Very interesting.
It's a very cool concept.
Yeah.
I don't like this is not a great photo of it because like it
No.
looks better when you can see that it's two clear pant legs.
Yeah, it's a little, but like you can see, it's like a pant leg that's separate, and the pants are lined on the inside, which is good.
Yeah, it would be crazy if they weren't. Could you imagine?
I love this fabric too.
It's
This like
beautiful.
shiny fabric.
Yeah,
It pleats well.
it looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
The
this is
only
really
thing that bothers me is the nude illusion. It wouldn't bother me so much if it wasn't such like a hard like crew neck neckline. It's just such a weird look on like a gown, like it's such a high fashion type of garment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Like,
I
I
think it's
would've
supposed to be. I don't think it's
personally-
trying to be invisible.
Well, I mean, you said in the original look she just had her titty out.
Well, this isn't. This is inspired by that. It's not like she could have just put a pasty on and then just like put some body glitter on, but I think it's intentionally mesh.
I still would have covered the neckline with like a necklace or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's very distracting. I can't stop looking at it when it's such a beautiful outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's great.
I think it's
At
great.
least A tier. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
if it's-
Maybe S tier.
Do you think so?
I think it's really good.
It is really good.
It's really
like
good.
Bosco,
I think it's
the
S
problem is
tier.
Bosco is fucking setting the bar so high that
Literally.
it's hard to put anyone else in the
Like,
same
I don't.
tier
I think
as
if I
her.
didn't already see this Bosco look, this would immediately be like, oh yeah, that's an S tier look. That looks fantastic. That's
Yeah.
so cool. I think it's just because we have Bosco as like a bringing the grading curve into scale.
It's making things complicated. Like she has like her own fucking tier. just for
literally.
her. Okay, what happened next?
Next we have Deja Sky,
Oh yeah,
and
this is Disney Princess Astras.
very what's that movie called? Enchanted.
Yeah,
Very that.
it's just like
It's not my issues that I have with this is that I like the idea, but I feel like it doesn't have the volume it needs because
it looks unprofessional.
like these I love a
Personally-
poof sleeve, but these sleeves are like droopy.
Well, yeah, because like you wouldn't make a sleeve like that. Like no like professional fucking
Like the
stitcher is
skirt
gonna
should have
make a sleeve like that.
volume.
It just feels like it feels like when you like it's giving like my first cosplay from Joann's. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they were trying to make a big, poofy, voluminous, like high fashion gown, and it's like we got like Etsy Princess Jasmine.
It just doesn't look like the fit and finish are all there. It's
No,
like it's
and the
like a
fabric looks
good
cheap.
idea, but it doesn't quite fit right. It doesn't quite have the
The
proportions it
sleeves are
needs.
like the sleeves are insane. Like
Yeah, no, the
I have
sleeves
made
need so
many
much
a puff
volume.
sleeve in my life. You like that's not how you make like I don't even care what style. It's like even if you're doing like medieval like ham hock sleeves, like you don't make them like that. Like there has to be more structure if you're gonna do something that's that big or use a different fabric or so, like something there has to be some like it's just it looks crazy. And yeah, that's the other thing for a big gown too, you typically would want like a lot of undergarments, a lot of you know, either like crinolines, tulle, whatever the fuck you're gonna use. Even a cage might be nice if you're going for like big poofy, some sort of hoop skirt maybe. Like it's just it's
Because
missing
this isn't like a sleek evening gown,
no
but it's also not a big ball gown. It's like
no
somewhere caught in the middle, and it's not.
it's also like for like the categories tits and slits and it's like
Well, her slits
neither
on
tits
this side, where it's sort of like
I'm aware. I'm just saying. It's not
I'm
like
explaining
the
to the
focus of
audience that on
garment.
this side right here, it's like gathered up so that her leg sticks out,
Right.
but also her tits are behind like an almost opaque like mesh panel.
Yeah, and they're also overshadowed by the giant sleeves.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not looking at her tits, I'm looking at the fucking like massive tulle fabric that's gathered on her shoulder.
Like if you're going to make anything massive in this like gown, why are you not making your tits massive? Why are you making your sleeves massive?
It's really weird. I don't get it.
I will say I
don't
like
get
the,
if it's a reference to
to
something.
be
or
positive,
something.
I like the colors. I think the
Yeah.
colors are nice. I love this hair. Ooh,
Yeah, her face
swoopy,
looks great.
sculpted. She's beautiful. But the gown's a chop for me. It's,
Yeah, no. This is bad. This is I think the worst thing we've seen so far.
It's just not.
Sorry.
The fit and finish just aren't there, especially considering the caliber of what
Yeah.
it's compared to.
No, I will say, actually, okay, I will say. So to be fair, and this happens to a lot of people, I know that she lost like 60 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know in what timeline she lost that weight, like before, obviously before filming this, but like I don't know how early before. It's very possible that when she was having these garments made, she was still learning the fit of her body proportions and everything. So sometimes that does happen.
That's
and
true.
like in that case, that makes a lot more sense. But that's the only thing I can think of to explain why her outfits look so bizarre. Just
yeah,
like
that makes a lot of sense.
learning the new proportions to have them made in.
Up next, we have Irene again
Oh yeah.
as a giant showgirl goblin.
This is fun.
I really liked this look, but once again, details confused me.
Yes.
Because I love the idea. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, great. I love this. This is really fun. I love having like the green skin contrasting with like the purple and the pink. It's really striking. Obviously, huge tits are out and a big slit, a lot of legs. So it definitely fits the challenge.
Yeah.
My biggest point of contention was we have lime green face and titties, and then we have more of like a blue green. It's like a fishnet, like a small fishnet
yeah.
bodysuit.
It's like a seaweed colored.
So it doesn't really match the tits, but like it feels like since it's a fishnet material, it's meant to be like, oh, it's like she's wearing like this is in character. This character is wearing like a fishnet bodysuit,
Right.
but why is it this color? I don't know. It was confusing to me. I thought you would pick something a more contrasting.
Maybe this is a controversial take, but for me, if I knew I was going to be on television and I was going to do a fantasy skin tone, I would really make sure that shit was like perfect. And I would probably do full body makeup because I don't
Same.
know how else you could really get it as perfect as you need for the cameras. Because you also don't know what kind of lighting you're going to be under. So when you're using a bunch of different textures like that, it's like, this might have looked great when she was at home standing in her dining room, but under these stage
Once you're
lights,
under these
it's
stage
clearly-
lights, any tonal differences between these two colors
it's
is
also a
going to look
textural
really
difference.
different. Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, we kind of talked about this a little bit when we were watching. If she wanted to do fishnets, she could have done a contrasting fishnet over a green sleeve, which would have disguised the difference.
That was my
a little bit
idea. I
more.
was like, you could have done this like purple color, this like dark purple as a fishnet bodysuit.
Yeah.
And then if you just wore like a lime green sleeve that's like covering your arm and hand, it would have looked like skin underneath it probably, because
Exactly. It definitely would have looked better. And I mean, she had to paint
Yeah.
her hands and feet anyway, so it's like, why not just do the whole leg? Do the whole leg and a whole arm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much time they really have to get ready, but it's like,
I'm sure
I
on
mean, I
All
don't know,
Stars they're not
you do a
rushing
lot
them
of-
too much.
yeah, probably not.
So they wanna
When
make
you do
everybody
body
look good.
makeup, like, how long does that really add on to it?
I mean, if you're doing like fantasy skin tone stuff, that takes quite a while, especially like if you don't have like a team and you could do like an airbrushing situation, like having to go in with like a cream blend stick and actually
That's
make
true,
it opaque enough and get it non-patchy and make it solid and opaque. It's a lot, and then you don't actually have the guarantee that it's not going to transfer. Like,
That's
even when you
true.
powder it, like suddenly like an armpit, danger area for fantasy skin
Yeah.
tone. It's gonna rub off. It's gonna turn into like it's not gonna really set very well. So I can see why you want to use cloth to cover a lot of your body, but
It's tough.
yeah,
It's a tough choice.
It's what kept this
I do remember
from being S
I
tier.
always think about it, season All Stars 2 when Alaska painted herself blue randomly and it looks terrible.
Yeah,
I think about that
yeah.
all the time. So yeah, no, I get it actually.
So honestly, this would have been an S tier look for me if it wasn't
Yeah.
for the
It's so
fishnets.
distracting that we've literally spent the whole time talking about that and haven't talked about the dress at all. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
dress.
it's a beautiful dress.
I like all the feathers and everything. Also, pink and green is one of my favorite color combinations.
Same,
Like,
I
I like
love
it
it.
a lot. It's just those little details are really distracting.
Yeah, other than that, it's a really cool costume. So A tier, not bad. It looks great. I love it. It's
Yeah.
just, it was distracting.
Irene's so close to being like S tier, top of the notch.
So close
queen
every
for me.
time. Like,
Yeah, like every time I
Almost
see her,
there.
I'm excited.
yeah,
But there's always something about her that I'm like,
there's always like a detail or like just a
Yeah.
part of it.
it's frustrating because I love her style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this
The
is
last
great.
one out, Phoenix. I loved
This
this
is really
look.
fun.
I thought if you're
Yeah.
doing tits and slits coming out in a full-length latex zipped up gown, like a transparent purple latex, what a nice color, with these like dark purple giant dark black like giant zippers. So she walks out and then she like unzips her leg and then she unzips her tits and they pop out.
Loved the unzipping of the tits.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love that with the way that it unzipped. We saw the underside of the breastplate. I think what she
Yeah.
probably should have done was maybe had the zipper either positioned different or something.
I think
so
the
that
zipper
it
just shouldn't have
unzipped.
fully let the breasts out. It should just like open a window here.
Yeah,
for, like,
something
the
like that.
nipples.
Like something to just like let them out, but not be like, because I don't want to see the underside of your breastplate like that. Like it just looks sloppy. But otherwise, it looks.
Otherwise,
great.
it's really
I think-
cool. My only real complaint was this is the first runway for All Stars, and you're coming back from season 3. You need to get your face out there as much as possible. So
Yeah,
I get that the Git mask goes with the outfit, but I think if you just were to like have a zip that comes down the middle
Yeah,
of
it should
your,
have just unzipped the face.
so it's like
too.
you come out like that, but then you reveal your beautiful face.
Yeah,
It would just be great because it fits the theme still. It goes with the outfit, but you aren't hiding behind a mask for your first judging. That, and I do think nitpicky, personally, I would have gone
The
with
shoes,
a
I know.
black boot to go
It's a
with
little weird.
the black zippers because it's like lavender purple with this like
it's funny
deep purple.
because I like the boot, but not on her bare leg. I think maybe if she had unzipped it and she was in like a full like latex like lavender pant or like a tight or something. You know what I mean? Like there was some sort of other like lavender thing under there, and it kind of like led into the boot. It would look better. Because I also don't necessarily know that I needed to actually see. Like, I think it would have been fun if she unzipped it and there was like more latex under. But like, I don't know. That's just me. I love like custom like fetish gear and stuff like that. Like, I think it's really fun. So
No,
I feel like, why not go all the way?
really liked this gown, and once again, we're just nitpicking the details because the rest of
You know
it's
what I
really
would have liked
great.
with it too? I would have loved like a full, like actually black boot. I think you're right, black boot, and then a full length black fisting glove. I think that really would have like finished off the look.
Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna do fucking fetish gear, like go all the way. Why not?
I agree.
That's really fun.
I just think, yeah, it was just the details. Is what.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah,
I
it's
like.
really
I
good.
would tempted to put that in S tier, but there's just little things.
Yeah, same.
think
I was
throw
going.
it
I
off
was
a little
hovering over to S tier, but I was like,
It's really good.
It's
like
really good.
Night and day difference from her entrance look.
Oh,
which I
yeah.
thought was like wildly boring.
bottom of B tier, top of A tier. That's a good change.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that all the looks?
no, we have one more because Aja had to pull out another Pokemon look.
Oh,
She said this was inspired by Jinx.
yeah.
And this is a very flattering photo of this look, I would say. I think the gown is nice.
Really?
I said nice. It's a it's a red velvet gown. It's once again, they're not doing just directly like this is Jinx's dress. It's a cosplay, so thankfully it's not just a straight up copy of it. My problem comes in not really with the garments, but the makeup and the embellishments.
Yo. I kind of agree. We're getting a weird fantasy skin tone situation again. Her breastplate is weirdly small.
Yeah, it's like too narrow for her chest. And so it just ends up where you get like the titty squish, like the tiny titty squish in the middle.
I wonder if it's because I could be wrong, but Aja has titties, right? Like, or am I imagining that? So maybe it's because she was wearing it over her actual titties. Like she felt like she needed a smaller one.
I don't know.
Could be that maybe.
I don't know.
But what really bothers me about this personally, as somebody who has made many a gown, is that I can tell that basically like they made a very simple skirt and then put a slit in it, and then because the slit wasn't featured well enough, they just like bustled the fabric poorly to the side to like really pull the slit open, but it just looks sloppy and like amateur.
I don't think if you're doing a gown with like a prominent slit, I'm not sure if heavy like velvet materials are the best for that. They don't move as much.
It can if you know what you're doing, but I don't think whoever made this dress knew what they were doing.
It's like I see the inspirations they're going for, but like for me, the biggest issues I had was once again, this is a very flattering photo of like the skin tones, but the paint
looks crazy on camera.
the paint on like the chest area was very splotchy.
Yes, and very dark compared
Very
to
dark
the rest
compared
of
to
it.
like her arms, which were like a very, very, very pale lavender, almost just verging on just being kind of like gray.
Yeah.
And then her legs are a completely different color. Yeah. And for me,
Also,
once
I can't tell
again,
what the shoes are, but I don't like them.
cute if you're doing like a Pokemon themed drag show. I wouldn't see this if I was in the bar. I'd be like, oh, work, it's Jinx. But when you're on the main stage, like the differences between like there's just like a level of
It's
polish.
just weird.
There's just like a level of polish we've come to expect.
It's also like so like I love cosplaying as a concept. I think it's really fun, but I also think that there's a certain element to Drag Race when you're in a competition and there's a runway portion where you're kind of expected to be bringing these like custom gowns. They really want them to say something about you and like your style.
Yeah.
And doing a bunch of like cosplay looks doesn't really tell me anything other than you like Pokemon.
You like Pokemon.
Which like is fine like once.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Again, I was like, it's cute for an entrance look to be like, I like Pokemon. Here's a cute reference for the fans. But
it kind of reminds me of when Sugar and Spice did like a doll look every single runway, which by the way, as a doll collector, I loved because I got all the references. Like I got when they were doing like Disney dolls and they were doing Bratz dolls and whatever. Like I get it. But at a certain point, it's like there has to be more to your style and your drag than that. Why do you keep doing this every single time?
Agreed. I don't think this is an awful look.
I don't like it.
But I think the entrance look was better than this one.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Unfortunately, I love you, Aja, but I think this drops all the way down to C tier. I did not like it.
Oof.
Okay, I can put you above Deja at least. But
That's nice.
Is that too harsh? Is C too harsh?
I mean, I think it fits where it fits. Like it's not as it's worse than the looks above it. So like,
I just it was so glaring to me. I could not look away from like the problems I saw.
It was really rough.
So sorry, Aja. I do love you, just not this look.
Same.
We had
The RuPaul jump scare. I was not expecting RuPaul to be on this list.
I had to talk about it because
My God.
I loved this look. I thought this was really different.
It's good. Yeah, I
love her
remember liking
gloves.
it. Same. See, that's what I almost said Chanel. That's what Phoenix should have had on her dress.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't you agree?
I agree wholeheartedly. But I think Rue looks great here.
I also love wearing a giant, like, comical-sized ring on a fisted glove. Like, that's funny.
Giant ring, yeah.
This hair is crazy. RuPaul's wigs have really taken like a crazy turn where it's like literally every episode she wears a wig that makes it look like she's like Cruella DeVille driving the car.
Yeah.
Like every episode that's her hair now for some fucking reason.
But like
she used to have some of the craziest, like most intricate wigs I've ever seen.
We lost Matthew as the wig stylist, unfortunately.
That's true.
That was peak Rue. But
yeah.
I just thought it was a different silhouette for Rue.
I feel like Raven's just determined to make her look like a fucking Disney villain every single episode now.
But like, Rue doesn't usually wear like gloves like this. There's not like her hips come way out here. It's like
it's fun, yeah.
Looks like it's made out of cassette tapes. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I thought this was like really, really, really
We're gonna
nice.
rank it?
Yeah, of course.
Please. I love the idea of putting RuPaul in the middle of the tier list. I'm sure she would love that. I'm sure she would absolutely love what you just did to her.
All right, let's talk about the lip sync looks.
Oh, dear
Listen,
God.
I saw people gagging over these looks on social medias. I wish
What?
I felt the same.
Who? Why?
The Twitter people. I don't know. Apparently, this is called a smoochum.
Right. It's
another Pokemon.
It's I remember, I think Axel said it's the unevolved version of a Jinx.
Yeah, like the baby form or whatever.
Is confusing to me because she just came out as a Jinx, so did she devolve?
She devolved into this for sure.
Because she won?
I think even just viewing this as a cosplay
is wild.
Is wild.
So here's the thing. Okay, so personally, as a pink enjoyer and as a obviously an enjoyer of cheap pleather items, I do like the color palette. I like the idea of it, but I just think there's something about it. It's
I just think this like
not
this
working.
Like neon yellow bob.
That's weird.
This gray purple skin with a hot pink shoulder padded rhinestoned bodysuit with an icy pink holographic bondage dress that's like pushing down into the shoulder pads.
Right.
With these like weird visible seams on the front.
I know she's wearing like the fucking. She's wearing like
Into the scuffed
compression,
boots.
like compression fucking
Yeah.
tights or some shit. Like she's going bike riding.
Also, once again, you couldn't buy new lip syncing boots for All Stars. Why are they so scuffed already?
I don't know, or at least repaint them.
Yeah,
Unless they
at
came
least
that
put some
color,
nail
but I
polish on
assume
them. I don't know. For me, viewing this
Yeah.
as a look, insane.
It's rough.
I think it's
It's tough because it's like at this point they're just changing into something for mobility.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that she clearly thought this out a lot because it's supposed to be a Pokemon again.
yeah.
So it's weird that it's so thought out, but then it doesn't look.
And she performed great. This isn't a critique of
Yes,
her lip sync
of
performance.
course.
She knocked it out of the park. She was gorgeous. She was moving. She was like it was great. I loved her performance. But this look, I think is insane and ugly and unappealing.
It's so Carrie Bradshaw coded. Like I
It's-
can see Carrie Bradshaw putting this on and thinking that she is the shit.
Like she looks like a Jetsons hooker.
Not the Judy Jetson hooker.
It's
It's like
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
even know how I would
flattering.
fix this. Like I don't know what the solution
Just wear the
is here.
bodysuit or just wear this.
me look
Layering them
up.
on top
Hold
of each
on.
other looks awful to me.
I need to see what the original
You gotta look at a
Pokemon looks
smoochum.
like. Smoochum. Oh, okay. What? Okay, now I'm even more confused. Bitch. Okay.
Okay, I have to
no.
Google a smoochum.
No. Okay, no. I'm actually fucking annoyed that people are like, "Oh, you just smooch 'em." Like, what? No. Like, look it up. Can you pull it up? Do you have a way to pull it up on the video?
I can
So
just
that
I
the
can do
children at
this.
home- That's so funny. Yeah, no, that's not that. That's two different that's very different. There's very different things happening. Okay, so it's hard to see because you're holding a phone.
Yeah.
But basically what she needed to make this happen is a yellow top
Yeah,
should
a
be
yellow
yellow.
suit with
and then yellow boots.
yeah.
So how the fuck is this a smoochum? Who the fuck who did she say that at some point, or did people just are assuming that that's what this is supposed to be?
I'm not sure. But
That
people
makes
are claiming
me
it.
angry. If it's actually supposed to be a smoochum, I hate it even more. If it was just like she was looking for a bunch of pink looks to go together and she just threw in a crazy yellow wig, it's not as annoying to me. Like it's still not good. This is bad. This is
It's D
what's
tier.
the lowest tier? Yes,
D tier.
please.
It's down here.
That made me
it's hidden behind you a
irrationally
little bit. I have to
angry.
move you over a little bit, but
Good.
it's
You know what? I'm glad.
it's down there in D tier.
Wow. I'm furious.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Like I could go to my closet right now and put together a better smoochum cosplay. It's like the fuck. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, no, sorry, Aja, that lip sync look is an absolute boot.
the lip sync was great though.
Yeah, the lip sync was great. Loved the lip sync.
What song did they did? I feel like they did a weird song.
They did Ice Spice
right.
shit fart song.
Think you're the shit, but you're just a fart or something. I've never heard that
Yeah.
song before.
Listen, kiddies, listen, I'm an elderly millennial. I don't listen to the Ice Spice. But I
She looked
didn't
great,
think
though.
I didn't add it to my workout playlist.
I mean, it did make me laugh. It was just a really bizarre lip sync song.
Yeah, it didn't really have a lot of energy, which I think is Ice
No.
Spice's thing.
It
Is that
wasn't
she's
very
boring?
Catchy.
Yeah,
Oh. Damn.
but like there's not like a rise and fall of energy. There's not like a climax. It's just like, think you're the shit, but you ain't even a fart.
Yeah. Literally though. Which is funny because I feel like with like, especially with hip hop music, it's a lot about like the personality and the, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of a big part of it because you're not really like singing like musical notes. It's all like rhythm and style. So it's funny to just kind of like meander about in a hip hop song.
yeah. I don't know. It just wasn't really my vibe. But Aja won rightfully.
Yeah.
So she gets an extra all-star point.
Wait, was there another lip sync look?
Oh, right. Irene.
I was gonna say, would she lip sync against? Oh, right. She had a reveal, big fluffy coat reveal.
Yeah, she had like a big raveny coat reveal into a bodysuit. But like, you know, once again, it matches her look. It's green and black. It's a bodysuit.
So
it's not as crapped up.
Belt. The belt is not my favorite. I love the hair though. I think
the hair is really nice.
Fun.
The hair really
had to keep the green skin from before.
Yeah, they didn't have time to completely redo their faces.
It's very like Elphaba coated.
Yeah.
Elphaba with green hair would be kind of cunty. I've never seen anyone do that before. Probably because the movie, but
yeah. But like I don't know. This is not. It's not offensive. It's a lip syncing look. It's a performance look. It's serviceable.
Solid B tier, I feel like.
B? Okay.
What do you think?
Oh, I was gonna put it in C tier just because it's lackluster. But
I mean, she had a coat and everything. And, like, I don't know.
Oh,
it's
true.
Like,
There's elements.
Like it's not great, but it's not like bad. Like I feel like once you get below B tier, it's like your things are getting bad.
Yeah, there are severe like drawbacks.
Yeah.
Once you get below that. Yeah. B tier lip sync outfit. It's fine.
Yeah.
And she did an okay job performing as well.
So and then Aja wins the episode.
Yeah, so the current scoreboard as of right now is Aja has 3 points, Irene has 2, and the remainder get 1 point distributed amongst them to give to other people.
Right. And
also $10,000 cash prize goes to Aja for winning the lip sync.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm receiving my karmic coughing.
The retribution.
From talking so much shit. I feel like this makes it seem like I don't like Aja when in reality she's one of my favorite people.
Same.
In this group.
I'm just like, I just think please don't do more Pokemon stuff. Please.
It reminds me of
Surf Cunt.
When Aja and Irene were fighting, and Aja was like, or Irene was like, they used to say, she doesn't look like she did in her photos because of all the Photoshop or something. And Aja was like, they don't say that anymore.
Now I do. Now they don't say that anymore. And then Irene's like, yeah, because she stopped Photoshopping them. That was really good.
And it's like really just looking at her looks, I'm like, no, that's exactly how it feels though. It's like, it's truly just like, it's not... It sounds bad, but it's like, I don't think she necessarily looks much better than she ever used to. I think she just doesn't care as much that she doesn't look that good, which is fine. Thing is,
compared to her original season, her makeup skills have definitely improved. And also, she went through a lot of...
she has money now.
Yeah, she also had like a lot of like acne and like scars from it.
Right.
So she's gotten like a lot of skin treatments.
Which, once again... She has money now.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking expensive. Trust and believe, when I went to get a estimate on how much that would cost, they quoted me like $10,000.
Yeah.
For like 3 treatments.
But I mean, Aja used to just be known for like face tuning the crap out of her drag photos.
Right. I love when people just face tune their skin away.
Yeah.
They don't even look like a person anymore. It's just like 2 floating eyes on like a plate of flesh.
The Pokemon trees.
You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die during this episode.
But also Irene did also call out Aja. Aja, in the middle of getting ready, decided to like have a moment. I forgot what it was about, but she decided to like have a moment. And Irene's like, maybe before you have that moment, maybe you shouldn't look so crazy.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like maybe get your makeup together and then have your moment. Which I think is smart, because if you decide like I want some screen time and I look insane and I only have like half my makeup on, like that's the footage that's going to be put on TV and highlighted and turned into memes.
So we've come to the end of episode 1. Who do you think is going to be the 3 winners of this bracket?
Do we remember? Oh yeah, at the end of episode 1, everybody had a point, right?
Yes, they all gave the points to each other. But
They were all very
that
congenial.
That was the beginning of episode 2.
Yeah.
Because they're doing the thing where
right.
Wait until the next episode to show who everybody got the points to. But who do you think is going to win?
Well, who do we get? Okay. Who do I think is going to make it to the top 3 of this bracket?
Yes.
Bosco, there's no way Bosco's not going to make it to the finals.
Yeah, it would be crazy. That would be a really crazy twist.
Personally, I really hope Irene also makes it. And then for my third, I gotta go with Aja. Those are my 3 for bracket 1. I would love to see everyone else there as well, but being realistic with like their performances, seemingly like the caliber of stuff that they've brought, and generally like how good of TV are you making right now? Those are my 3.
I think I mostly agree, but I do think that Aja's little alliance game is going to backfire. And I think that might actually prevent her from moving forward.
But she only has to get through one more episode.
I don't remember what she's at right now based on episode 2. I'm just going based off of episode 1. I'm wondering if something's going to backfire and somehow Olivia's going to end up in the top. I don't know why I think it would be Olivia. But
no,
there's
I can
something
see
about
Olivia.
her.
Olivia is prepared.
Unfortunately, I don't really see Deja or Phoenix making it past the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
As much as I like them. They're just like, they're really not giving me a ton to work with from a reality TV perspective.
Deja only made me really like laugh one time, and I think it was in the second episode.
Bitch. Yes, there's a scene where she's in the background and she's hairspraying a bald wig styling head.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
And also like, also wait, what are you doing? And she's like, just being a nosy neighbor.
like if she was doing more shit like that, I would be. But the thing is, like, maybe she is. Like, it's possible Deja Sky is like actually fucking hilarious, and they're just not showing.
She's just getting edited out.
Yeah, sometimes they do that. If they don't make it very far, they'll edit them out because they don't want you to get too attached to them when they get.
Yeah, they want you questioning the judgment.
Right. Okay, so moving on to episode 2, it starts with them giving out the points.
The bottom for the flops of the week sit around in the workroom debating who to give their 1 point to. And this week, it all just seems like they're just being really congenial and being like, we're just going to make sure everybody has a point. So they all just kind of like,
which is
hand one to the right.
Smart. From a strategic perspective, because you don't want to let the winners get too far ahead.
Exactly. You don't want to push the winners further into the winning circle. I do like that Bosco was just like, I deserve a point, and if I don't get a point, I'm going to take it really personally because I did really good. And I was like, you know what, bitch, work. You do deserve a point, and you should vocalize that.
And while she is right, I do think that kind of attitude can be dangerous in a game like this, because you don't want to be that bitch that's doing too well.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be standing in the top 3 next to Bosco. They want to be standing there next to Deja Sky. Sorry, Deja, but it's just the reality. It's like when you have control over how people are doing, you don't want to be putting. It's like The Circle. Have you ever seen The Circle?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the strategy of that game is not to be the best; it's to be the most mid motherfucker in the entire group. Because if you're the best, you're never gonna win. Like, you have to be mid as fuck when there's a social game happening.
Well, there is like another layer deep into this like Drag Race All Stars thing, is that there's the extra layer of, well, if I don't give points and if I'm not good to the actually like really good person that obviously deserves it, the fans are going to get mad and call me unfair.
Yeah, that's true. I always forget about that, but I also think that, I don't know. it's a dangerous game to play because it's like, do you really want to just be that person who plays it safe and appeases the fans, or do you want to be the person that people remember? It's tough.
Yeah.
Like, and you never know how they're gonna cut it. Like, because it's like, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's really like the smallest thing, and the fandom just fucking attacks these people. Like they fucking like did something horrible, and it's like when fucking. What's her face? Naomi Smalls eliminated Manila.
Oh, right.
All Stars.
Well, that's what they're trying to avoid. They don't want to be Naomi Smalls getting hate for.
But that's iconic.
No, I agree.
I will never forget that. I will never forget Naomi just being like,
Life's
fuck Manila,
not fair.
I want to win. I love Naomi Smalls so much. She's like one of my favorite. I'm like she's such an underrated, such an underrated drag race queen. Like she's so fucking good.
I love Naomi Smalls.
She's so funny. Is she like Christian
or something? The way she tackles drag, it's just like not so scooch, you know.
Anyway. That's all beside the point. So they all gave each other 1 point. So now the scoreboard is at the start of this episode is Aja with 3 points, Irene with 2 points, everybody else has 1 point. So there's really not a huge gap for winning at this point, which is really interesting. What happens next? They started to get a little fuzzy for me here because we watched them back to back and it was just like so long and mundane feeling. This is a comedy challenge, I think.
Yes, they're doing it the Improv murder mystery challenge.
There was some sort of weird mini challenge with balloons or balls.
Softballs. They get paired up with a pit crew member and they have to start with a softball. Like they stand face to face. They put a softball on each other's stomachs, stand together, and their job is they have to get the softball all the way up between each other's lips without using their hands.
Right.
And
it was funny. I liked it. No, it made me laugh. There was a couple queens that really made it.
It had the like cheeky like sexuality of like season 5. But
right. And the thing about these kinds of challenges is that it's like the queens who really excel at television, like Bosco, they know what this is about. Like this is about doing physical comedy.
Yeah. It's not like, necessarily about really winning. It's about like this is your moment to like make a moment for TV.
Yeah, and
which
to
is
make
really
RuPaul
funny because I
laugh.
could tell that because this challenge ended up being so raunchy at times, they had to keep cutting the cameras away from the action because like Aja would be like on her knees, shoving her face into the pit crew member's like crotch, rubbing her softball all around. It's like they can't literally show it.
So me as fuck.
But it was really funny because who won the mini? Oh, Irene won the mini challenge, but was going up against Bosco at the time, and Bosco still decided to complete it and like really get up in there.
She was like, no, I'm gonna keep going.
And so I love that RuPaul said Irene is the winner, but Bosco scored.
Yeah, making RuPaul laugh is always your main goal on Drag Race, and Bosco has been the winner of that challenge so far every single time we've seen them interact.
Bosco's been knocking it out of the park in the comedy department. Like every moment, like that's what I'm saying. Like she understands what show she's on, and she knows that every time she's on camera, she's got to be saying something funny. She's got to be doing something funny, because that's how you win.
Yeah,
like stay on great. TV.
So they have a mini challenge. I don't know what they won from it. What did they win?
What did they win? $2,500.
Okay, so it has no impact on the rest of the game at all.
No, I don't think it had anything to do with the actual maxi challenge, which is
very strange.
Murder on the dance floor.
Right. The Saltburn song. I only ever think about Saltburn now.
I mean, I have a much longer history with this song, but
I mean, I've heard it before, but I don't know. It just always reminds me. Anyway, it's not important.
Not important.
Moving on. It's a Knives Out style improv quirky character situation.
There's pre-made characters that they all like decide who's going to be what, and then they're supposed to develop their character further, and then they're going to act out this murder mystery plot, which I thought was going to be messier than it was, because I was worried they were literally just going to put them in a room and be like, go. But it was way more structured.
It was very structured. Because RuPaul and Michelle played in the scenes, and I also believe they seemed to have pre-scripted lines. RuPaul and Michelle did.
Yeah,
and
to like guide the improv.
Yeah, and to a degree, the characters did as well. It kind of reminded me of Curb Your Enthusiasm, like the way Curb Your Enthusiasm is filmed, allegedly. I obviously wasn't there, but was that like Larry David would be like, just make sure by the end of the scene you ask me about this. And like that, it felt like that kind of like, it was sort of like they had to bring up like their motivation for killing the person.
Yeah.
The problem was some of them were incredible improvers, and then others like Phoenix, it was just like the scene started and she instantly brought up her motivation for killing the person. Like the first thing she said. And I was like, okay, well, there we go. You've sort of just basically given the whole scene away. So now what are you going to do?
Yeah, so they're
It's
on a
just
boat.
really bizarre.
A girl gets murdered, and we have this like cast of characters who are all suspects being interviewed by the investigator into like your whereabouts, your motivations, all that kind of stuff.
And RuPaul's really giving them nothing to work with when it comes to like improv comedy. Like she's really kind of just delivering her lines.
Well, yeah, she's just being the inspector and being like, what's your name? Who are you? And you're supposed to introduce yourself.
Right.
And it goes like, how did you know the victim? And you're supposed to improv like that kind of thing. And then you're supposed to be like, oh, it couldn't have been me because I'm doing like, you're supposed to carry your own character's storyline.
Right.
And their personality.
Right.
And I would say, like half of the people did really like pretty well. And the other half just were like, hi, my character is this. And this is my motive.
Yeah. No, I think you're being generous. I think there were two queens who did... There was one queen who did stellar.
Oh,
amazing. Yeah. There was one queen who did okay. And then everyone else, I think, did terrible, personally.
But yeah, like just getting into it, let's talk about the looks and talk about their performance at the same time. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do it side by side.
So the first person interviewed was the twin sister of the murdered victim, which was played by Aja. Because I think I forgot which one was which. Mary Kate died and Ashley. Yeah, wait, no, Ashley died and Mary Kate is who she's playing. Not Mary Kate Olsen. I don't know why they decided to go with this. But I didn't quite know what this character's personality was supposed to be.
So the thing about this is that this is not an uncommon murder mystery plot. They literally had this exact same plot in the Knives Out creators TV show Poker Face, starring Natasha Lyonne, in which Cynthia Erivo played a set of 5 identical sisters. And it was so good because Cynthia Erivo is an incredible actress, and what you have to do in this kind of situation is you have to think out 2 separate characters, and you have to play one of the characters pretending to be the other character, which is a very complicated like acting job, but it can be kind of done with like fun accents. Like there's all kinds of stuff you can do.
Like Lindsay Lohan in Parent Trap.
Like imagine if she had just worn like her dead sister's coat and it was still covered in blood. You know what I mean? It's like there's some things that she could have done to really like camp it up a little bit more.
My biggest problem was that she was just acting as Aja.
Right.
And then when we were supposed to be like, but the reveal is I'm actually the twin sister. It's not like she suddenly was like, yeah, and I would have gotten away with it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you have a complete personality shift. It's like, no, you're literally just like, it didn't seem like she was
Right.
acting like her goody goody sister that everybody likes, and now she's the evil one. It was
Yes.
all the
And I
same
think that
character.
one thing that, like, every single person who has never done improv before getting thrown into one of these challenges, like, literally the first thing you should do is just work up a character voice. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
like, doing character voices can take you so far in a challenge like this, especially with
Especially when
somebody
you're supposed to
as
be
simple
playing
to
two
please.
characters.
Yes, but also someone as simple to please as RuPaul.
Yeah.
Like, RuPaul, if you can make her laugh, even if it's because you're doing poorly, she gives you a lot of grace.
Oh yeah.
So, like, like, character voices, funny accents, like, that is how you're gonna get RuPaul to laugh. Like, if you can't do anything else, like, you don't have to be clever. Just do some sort of, like, funny voice, put on a funny costume, she'll laugh.
But like there needs to be a difference. There needs to be like, oh, I'm Mary Kate, and I can't believe my sister was murdered. This is so this is so hard for me. And then when it's like, oh no, we actually know that you're really Ashley and you murdered your sister Mary Kate. And she goes, all right, you got me. Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
I'm actually Ashley.
More or less, yeah.
But like,
I
there
think
just needs to be a clear difference between the characters, because it was just sort of like, oh my god, my sister Ashley was murdered, and it's like, but you're actually Ashley, and you murdered Mary Kate. It's like, yeah, that's right, I did it. It was just like,
yes, I agree. You have to think of, in this specific scenario, it's honestly, she had the hardest role because she has to come up with two separate characters, and she has to play one
and
of
she
the characters playing.
didn't even come up with one.
No. So I do agree, but it's a fun role because there's a lot of easy jokes built into her role.
Yeah.
So it's like a sort of double-edged sword. Like, she could have really taken this far if she had, like, put like an effort at L into creating these characters.
It's just solidly mid. How'd you feel about the look though?
It's unimpressive.
Yeah.
It's not. It's kind of a nothing look, you know, like a tank top with a fur coat and a blonde wig.
Yeah. It also just didn't really say a lot about the character's personality wise for a costume choice. It was just sort of like, what do you have in your closet? Blonde wig,
Right.
fur coat, great.
So sorry.
I'm mixing with
Okay.
Phoenix, who got interviewed.
I was like, when did Benda La Creme get here?
Phoenix's
Okay,
character
look.
she was like an heiress for a soup recipe. Like there was some sort of
Yeah.
recipe that got stolen from her family by Ashley.
Right, and that was like literally the first thing she said when she
Yeah.
entered the scene was, Ashley, I hate her. She stole my recipe.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Great, got it. Moving on to the next character, I guess. Like, what? What are you supposed to do
No,
after
she
that? Once
didn't-
you've
She
said
didn't really
that
have
in
like
the
a
scene.
character. She wasn't very exciting. She was just sort of like,
She also like didn't even bury the lead like a little bit. Like, it's a
no,
murder
she
mystery.
didn't even
We're
try to
supposed to
defend
work
herself
our way up to
or
it.
give her. She didn't even give her like her alibi. Because I remember Rue, as the investigator, had to be like, well, it couldn't have been you because you were spotted out here. And it's like, shouldn't she have
was
been like,
just
it could have
weird.
been me. I was out here. It was
I don't even know.
very weak.
What do you feel about the look? It's kind of simple.
It's very simple. I think it has more.
These are kind of like weird, like nothing looks, like just like
Yeah.
extra shit they probably had in their bags. Like, there's not.
Well,
really
it's like
anything
some
interesting
people take
happening.
a look that they already have and they can manage to make it work with the character and do bits with it. And for other
Right.
people, it's just like, oh, you had a sparkly gown that you weren't really planning to use for anything. It fits the idea of her being like an heiress on this fancy boat at a party.
Yeah, it works for the character. It's just what character? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
I think it's
like for a fancy
Okay.
heiress at a party. Trust and believe, I'm pulling out some sort of like insane accent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like one of those insane like rich people accents it's not a real accent. Like that's such a fun character because you don't even have to even pretend to do a real accent.
yeah. But as far as the look goes, I mean, it's a pretty dress. It's sparkly,
Yeah.
champagne-y color. I think it's fine. I think her hair looks nice. Like for a look, it's okay. It's definitely not terrible.
It's fine, yeah.
Oh, we had Deja Sky.
Let's fucking go.
In terms of character looks,
Okay.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, this is great.
I love the messy drunk person at this like wedding reception. Her eyelash has fallen off and it's sticking to her cheek. Her makeup's running.
Her eyeliner's running. It's so good.
It's a mess. Her lipstick
I
is
don't
smudged.
even remember her character.
I have no
but
idea who Deja was.
I laughed multiple times when she was doing her improv.
Yeah, she was funny.
I don't remember what her fucking motivation was or anything though. Like I literally
do
couldn't
not
tell
remember
you.
what her character was. To save my life, what was her name? Chardonnay Harrington. I don't know who that was.
Oh, wait, was she the one who was allergic to red herring or something like that?
No, that was Ashley, because that was supposed to be why she died.
Oh, right. I don't remember. But what I will say is that I remember Deja did well.
Yes,
I remember thinking she's probably in the top.
Yeah, I remember liking her performance in the challenge. I remember liking this outfit. Because I actually do like the outfit itself. And
Same.
I do like the character choices.
Like, well, they're obviously doing a Knives Out reference. This looks like a character in Knives Out.
Exactly.
Like I've watched both of the movies and I've watched all of season 1
It's a
of Poker
weird,
Face.
ostentatious party outfit.
Literally, this is a character you would see in one of those fucking like though they love to do like crazy costumes, weird funky wigs. Like they have fucking these A-list actors dressed like fucking clowns in that show. So it's like this is the kind of shit that she understood the assignment.
Yeah, I'm putting it in A.
I agree. I completely agree. It's also a nice orange. I'm not a big fan of orange, but I
like
really like
I like orange. I like that orange on her.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
How about Kitty Laveau? I remember her name because it's short for Kitterus.
Kitterus, yes. Bosco in this challenge was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It was rivaling like the best of the best, like Jinx Monsoon's like improv. You know what I mean? Like
because she's
like
supposed to be playing Kitty Laveau, who is supposed to be a prolific but awful cabaret singer and performer. And the moment I saw her, I was like, yes, that's exactly what this is giving me. Like, she's got her cigar, she's got an iPad, she looks very Marlena Dietrich. Like, this is everything. Like, the look matches the character. I know exactly who this is. She sounds exactly how you think she would sound.
Everything she did and said was hilarious.
Everything.
Too. It wasn't just her like
everything had
doing
a joke.
a funny voice, which she did do a funny voice, but then also it was like she was so witty and shocking with her like improv that even RuPaul broke character multiple times because she couldn't stop laughing at the crazy shit she was saying. Like this episode was worth watching just for this like 5 seconds of her doing improv made this entire hour-long episode worth it. It was so good.
Awful singing, which is so good.
That was when she came out in this outfit, I was like, obviously this is going to be good. It's Bosco. But then when RuPaul asked her to sing and she just fucking sang the most horrid singing I've ever heard, I was like, this is going to be incredible. 10 out of 10.
The entire bit about it being like, what's under the eye patch? She's like, well, I lost this eye to glaucoma, and this went to
I don't remember the specifics, but the joke was that she was like, what did you have against Ashley? And she was like, oh, she shot my eye out.
Yeah.
And she was like, not this one. I lost this one to glaucoma. This is a glass eye. I'm blind. Like, that's fucking funny.
So funny. This is just like, this is perfection. This is I love this look. Like, if she just were to come out in this look, I'm like, this is beautiful. I love this.
Yeah.
But once again, I fear Boss is getting another S tier just because
she's getting an S tier for a fucking like a maxi challenge look. That's crazy, but it's true. It's true. That look was better than what most of them are wearing on the runway.
Literally, but like literally a improv masterclass and brought a look that matches it. Or like even if she didn't bring this look specifically for this challenge because she didn't know what role she'd be getting, unless conspiracy theory. They all knew what role they were going to be playing and brought looks for them.
No, there's no way. No, she definitely just like, she definitely thought like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I, did this like eye patch look?
Yeah,
Or-
she,
you know
she
what I
was
mean?
like,
It's
I'm bringing like a Marlena Dietrich style look. Oh, great, there's a cabaret singer role.
right. Like, I'm sure it was just something that she had brought for it. Well, actually, you know what? They do get told beforehand what looks to bring. And I've heard many queens say before, they don't always tell you. Sometimes the look you're bringing is for a maxi challenge or it is
Yeah.
for.
Well, see,
Like
the
something.
reason why I thought maybe they already had pre-assigned roles is because no one fought over a role.
Oh,
Everyone
so you think
was.
they were faking picking the
I
roles?
think they were faking picking roles because they already.
then they
Nobody.
fake
Nobody
thought
even
about
was like,
the
"Oh,
roles?
but I want to be the fortune teller." No, everybody was like, "No, I exactly want the role that I have in front of me."
Maybe they did one of those like
conspiracy theory.
mentalist mind tricks on them, and they all tricked them into picking the role that they knew they were gonna pick. So they all perfectly had outfits. No, because then everybody else's outfit would look better.
I don't know.
Anyway, was that all? Was that everybody from the
No.
Maxi Challenge looks? Oh my god.
Because we have Irene, who
Oh right.
I loved the look. This hair,
I do like it. It's very like Amanda Lepore as an alien.
yes, I love the dress, all this like fluff and sparkles.
This bitch saw Mars Attacks when she was 5, and she
Yeah.
made it her entire personality. Like literally every single thing I see her wear, I'm just like Mars Attacks. Which is funny because I haven't seen that movie since probably I was 5. So it's like I don't even remember that much about it, other than the one scene with the hair.
Oh yeah,
That's the only thing I remember.
but talk about doing exactly what you're supposed to do in an improv challenge like this. She does the fake over the top voice that she changes and drops. She has levels to her performance where she gets really angry and excited and then she comes back down and like she did a really solid job.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember that much about it, but I believe you because I know that she is very funny and good at improv. But for some reason, I just there's a blank spot in my mind from whatever she did.
She talked about all of her previous husbands that all died mysteriously and she got to play that role.
I will say, when we were watching this, I was messaging a guy on Scruff, so maybe I just got really distracted during her part.
Right.
Sorry, Irene.
Wow, Irene. But in terms of like the look, I think this is great. I think I'm gonna put this in A tier. I think it's a really pretty look.
No, I agree. I actually think it deserves to be higher than that, personally, but
I think so. How high?
definitely better than what RuPaul was wearing.
Oh yeah, I just put it in the list. We could definitely put it here.
Yeah. Next to all of her other looks.
Very consistent.
You know what? At least
Very
she's
consistent.
consistent. Yeah.
Consistently
Honestly,
A tier.
I
mean,
kind of agree. Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the last improv,
Oh, there's more.
the last one, it's Olivia,
Oh my god. Okay.
who,
this
yeah,
is rough.
it's
this
very
is
much just like a
like-
bolt of fabric trying to be like
It's
a
also
shawl.
like she did like high school theater, like old age makeup for
Really
some fucking
bad
reason.
old face
Like
makeup.
really for no reason at all. Like I don't know why.
Well, she
made that
is
choice.
supposed to be Ashley and Mary Kate's mother.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you have to be
So
a
she has to look like she's
crone.
like 80. Yeah, I was gonna say like they're
But-
not supposed to be that old. She's maybe could be in her 40s. Like
It's like I think she didn't do abysmal in this challenge, but she also wasn't that funny.
no.
She did okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
And-
I remember like thinking it was cute, but I don't think I laughed.
But unfortunately, this look is just
It's rough.
it's just like a flapper dress with like a bolt of fabric thrown over her head. I don't know.
Right. Because she's supposed to be like a fortune teller or something.
Yeah.
It's not working.
She's Madame Bouffant, but she's like, but I'm not wearing a bouffant because that's what I used to be known for. And I'm like, but you're still called Madame Bouffant and you're still doing fortune telling here. Why don't you have a bouffant? Anyways, the look wasn't very good. Her performance was like passable. It wasn't very funny though.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, so now we can get to the actual like main stage runway portion. And out the gate first was Olivia Lux. Honestly,
This is beautiful.
really pretty. So the challenge, the prompt is I have to read exactly what it was. Coming and going. So you're supposed to
Right.
have the front of the outfit be a look and the back of the outfit be a look. Which I think some people did well. Other people just put stuff on their back.
I'm so sorry. I like need a cough drop or I'm gonna die. Bitch. When I went to this wedding, unrelated, real quick, I didn't realize you're only supposed to take a cough drop every 2 hours. So to stop myself from coughing, I took one nonstop. Every time I was finished with one, I took another one. And by the end of the night, I was
ODing
having
on cough
crazy, crazy fever dreams. Because apparently, a side effect of overdosing on cough drops can be hallucinations.
Great.
So, just saying. Apparently, I got high on cough drops.
Work.
Anyway, love the look, love the hair.
She looks so gorgeous. The hair's beautiful. This gown, and there's like she's like holding an old timey microphone, and like the wire goes down and wraps all around.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the microphone wire.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Also, like, as far as like fake fabric flowers goes,
Yeah.
these are very well done.
Oh yeah, these are pretty. My only problem was that it just seemed like, oh, you just have flowers all over the back of your dress. It doesn't really tell a story. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a gag worthy, like, oh my god. It was just like, oh, it's pretty. It's really pretty.
Yeah. I don't think I get it either. Maybe because she's like a singer and then she turns around and people throw flowers at her. I don't know.
I don't know. It's very pretty, so I definitely will put it in A tier.
I agree.
I'll put it high A
Break up
tier.
the Irene cluster.
It was very pretty. I did like it. It just, it wasn't like. I mean, you could see the flowers from the front, so it wasn't like, oh my god. It was like, we already saw them coming.
Yeah. You know what would have been a great coming and going look? Joella's look. The mattress look where it's like her face on the front and then she turns around and it's RuPaul's face.
Yeah.
That would have been a great look for this.
That's what this was based off of. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Next, we have Aja, who.
This is terrible.
It's so much.
I remember when I watched the episode, I didn't like it. And looking at it in a still photo, it just looks horrible.
It looks like a design challenge.
Yeah.
It's really crapped up.
It's just really bad.
Like
what's happening?
it just doesn't seem
The proportions
very
are weird.
polished. It's like you got like a corset and you like glued fabric to it everywhere.
Can I be honest?
Because there's not really like a
This is
skirt.
something-
It's like a weird loincloth.
Something that really bothers me about drag with corsets is, and it's not just drag, but you see it a lot with drag, where a corset as a like concept is used like entirely decoratively,
Yeah.
and in no way functionally.
Yeah.
And it just looks bad because it's like, it's not actually, the corset is not doing any work here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just wrapped around her body for like a decoration. But I just don't think that looks good. Like, just wear like a regular,
Once again,
like dress bodice.
Once again,
if you
we've
don't wanna wear
got
like, I don't think you have to wear a corset, but it's like, it's just, if you're gonna do the corset look, like, why don't you want to look corseted? You know what I mean?
for me, it's like this looks like a performance look. But
Yeah.
this isn't what you're going to be lip syncing in. This is not what you're planning on. This is your look.
Right.
So like,
That's
why?
true, because they get to change and all stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's not like you're wearing this because you're prepared to lip sync in it. It just looks like a performance look, and it doesn't read to me as like an extravagant, like cool, like look.
Yeah, and I think the front was like the sun and the back was like the moon or something.
Yeah, the back of it was like black and it had like moon stuff on it.
Yeah.
I just it just
It's
looks
rough.
it just looks messy and crapped up to me.
Yeah.
I don't really like it. Even though once again,
No.
I can't stress this enough. I love Aja.
I know, it's a shame we're doing so much rating of their looks because it's like Aja's incredible and I'm very happy she's back again. I'm always happy to see Aja. But like, my God. You would think with how many times she's been on Drag Race, she would have like a pocket full of designers that could make her
Yeah.
look good.
I don't know.
It's really bizarre to me.
I just don't think it looks flattering. I don't think it really is that shocking for like the challenge for the prompt. I just don't think
No.
it looks that good.
No.
Sorry, Aja. It's another C tier look for me.
It's rough. I think even C tier is kind of generous, but
I mean, I still think it's better than like Madame
yeah,
Buffon.
yeah, it's bad. It is, but
Smoochum down
still.
here.
Smooch. All right, who's next?
Up next is Irene, and I don't understand.
This is fun.
I don't understand the judges because
Why?
when she came out here and she looks, as she's in Irene's words, looks like Sarah Palin on steroids. And then rips open her beehive to reveal a moving alien piloting her like Ratatouille on her brain.
Mm-hmm.
I screamed. I was like, this is everything. I loved this. It was so funny to me. And it says something too. It's like, oh, it's the idea of illegal aliens coming in to control our politics or whatever. Like it has like a political slant to it. And the judges,
I thought the idea was just that like Republicans are like inhuman or something. I don't know.
but like it's like you could tell she is saying
there's definitely like a
something.
political message here.
You
I'm
could
just
tell
not
there
sure I
is a
got it entirely.
message. But like the judges when she did this were just sort of like, okay. I was like, are you insane?
Personally, if it were me, I would have made the front of the outfit a little bit more interesting. I think she spent a lot of time decorating the back of it, and the front, it's definitely like more interesting than your average pantsuit, but it's not like, I'm not going to remember this look. I'm not going to lie. I just like the concept is really good.
But it's just
Like
like
in the back of the outfit, it's like she's like a robot,
yeah.
which looks cool.
But like, oh my God, for me, this was a standout look. This really got me.
Yeah. I mean, the wig really makes the look. Like,
Yeah.
That's really what was selling out.
I thought it was way more impressive than the judges seemed to think it was.
To be honest, I'm kind of on their side too, because I don't think it's very aesthetically appealing, but I like the concept. And the fact that the robot moves was really fun.
The fact that the robot moves is crucial.
Yeah. But the silhouettes, meh. The front of the outfits,
I think it's
kind
great.
of boring. Yeah.
Yeah, high top of the A tier for you, Irene. That's really good. I liked it
That's a nice look.
a lot. Up next is Deja Sky.
Right. What the fuck is going on here?
I don't
Like, what
quite
kind
know.
Like origami flower situation.
I don't know. You're the
the
flower
hair?
gay here.
I don't even know what flower this is supposed to be. Maybe an orchid, but it doesn't have enough petals. I don't get it. What was the back of this dress?
Just a flower.
Right, it was just a flower on her butt.
It was just a flower on the back. Yeah.
I like the makeup.
Yeah, the
Makeup's
makeup's
really
cool. I like the white eyebrows.
The
with,
hair
like,
is
this pink-
interesting.
Yeah, the hair is definitely like it's doing something.
But I don't get it. It's like every time she comes out on the runway, I'm like, what were you going for? I don't understand. Like, I'm not getting the storyline here.
It's like there's obvious effort put into this look.
Also, the shoe.
Yeah, this like clear plastic lucite.
Like, what
heel.
the fuck? Hello? That's crazy. That is a crazy shoe to wear with this outfit. Like, absolutely criminal.
It's like there's obviously a concept here. I just don't quite understand it. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
it necessarily
really
looks
don't
like
know.
very flattering,
No.
but it's like obviously not like a cheap junky look thrown together either. Like
No.
a lot
It's
of
also crazy
time
because,
went
like,
into this.
to me, okay, so if I was gonna do something like this, that's like a big silhouette, I would have a big surprise on the back of it. You know what I mean?
Like RuPaul's
I would
face.
like I would have a reason to have such a large, like,
Yeah.
she's basically just wearing a giant flat circle. So you would think
She
on
should
the
be
back you're
projecting
gonna
the
get, like,
B
a fun
movie
surprise.
on the back of this dress or something.
That would be really cool if a queen learned how to, like, use projections into their outfit. I don't know if they'd ever allow it, but that would be really cool. Yeah, no, this is terrible. I hate it. I really did not like this when I saw it in the show, and like I get that it's like interesting, but to what end? Like, where is it going?
I think it's definitely better. I think it's bottom of B tier
I
because
would
it's
agree
not
with that, yeah.
poorly made. It's not awful. I just don't get it, and I don't think it necessarily looks good. But like, it
Agreed.
definitely doesn't have glaring construction problems or like lack of concept like these, where it's like,
Yes.
it doesn't look.
Well, it certainly doesn't have a. I mean, maybe there is a concept. I just don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I do feel like this is a high effort look. I just don't understand it, and so I don't
Yeah.
really necessarily like it. But I
can't
can't
remember if she
put it in
explained it at all.
bad. There's a flower. I don't know.
So when you say coming and going to me, my first thought is piss and jizz.
Yeah.
So like, where are the piss and jizz looks? Like, I was really expecting somebody to do like a campy, like, kinky, like, piss play look. You know what I mean? Like, is that
Yeah.
crazy?
No, I
Like,
just
to think a bunch of drag queens are gonna think about like kinky sex when they hear coming and going. Like, it's obviously a double entendre.
yeah. No, I just it's such a vague prompt, and I don't think a lot of people did a lot with it.
Agreed.
They were
I
literally
wonder
just
how
like,
much-
I'm just gonna
I
put
always
something
wonder,
on my
like,
back.
because they say the category like coming and going, but I wonder how much they really explain it in the like dossier that they're given.
The dossier
Like,
usually has a completely different prompt altogether. Like it doesn't have like the workshop like
it'll give them like an
tagline.
explanation.
It'll just be like front and back.
yeah, like a look that is different on the front and the back or something like that.
Yeah. Like they don't always
Okay.
typically have like the actual wordplay of the title of the prompt worked out
That
by
makes
then.
more sense.
So a lot of the times it'll just be like, it'll be like a blue outfit, and they'll be like, blew me away is like the title when they actually get to the
Right.
show. So sometimes it's unfortunate because you can tell they did follow the same prompt, but somebody just so happened to get something that goes along with the
That makes
tagline
a
that the
lot of
show has
sense.
at the time.
Or I wonder if they see the looks and then they're like, okay, we're gonna call it this because because that person
insane.
had a good idea. It might be. You never know. I mean, I feel like I've heard countless stories of producers like rigging shit in this show.
Yeah. But next we have a Bosco coming out
Love
in a coffin.
See, this is funny too because going like dying.
Yeah. So
That's
like,
funny.
She comes out back first, which is the coffin that is cinched in the middle, the skinny coffin. And then she turns it around and she's in there dressed as both Elvira. It's like Elvira doing Lydia Dietz cosplay.
It's so clever.
It's so good. She looks fantastic. And it's funny. Once again, Bosco's being funny. We love it.
Yeah.
And she tells Ru, she's like, I'll just leave this for you.
That did make me laugh. And it made RuPaul laugh.
And
which
when
is
Carson
always
says, I need to
important.
get one of these, and she goes, do you think he'll fit?
Oh, I must have not even caught that. Yeah, this is great. It's very smart because it's like what Bosco does really cleverly. It's a very simple trick, but like so many artists don't consider doing it. But like just fusing two references together to make something new and interesting. She does it all the fucking time.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when she did the last episode where she did the very famous Mugler look, and then she fused it with like zippers and you know kink and whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't really that kinky, but it's like the same thing. Elvira plus Lydia Dietz. It makes sense. It's funny. It's like it made
RuPaul loves
laugh.
Elvira, so like doing references that
It's smart.
specifically RuPaul likes is a great way to go.
Yeah, and we've already seen people do Lydia Dietz on the show. We've also already seen people do Elvira. So it's like literally just mash them up and you get something new. Mm-hmm. And plus the execution. I mean, it's exactly what that would be. It's exactly what it would look like.
It's exactly what it would be. And for that reason,
Yeah.
Bosco yet again gets an S tier
S-tier.
look in here because
And the coffin just takes it over the top too.
it really
It's like-
does. I love a prop.
Yeah. How did she get that there? How the fuck
I
did
think
she
she
get that
had to
coffin
build
there?
it. I think she had.
Do you
flat
think so?
Pieces,
She just brought a bunch of like
I think
pieces
it was
of
flat
wood,
pieces of wood, just like IKEA furniture. You just like put them into the peg
and
holes.
then she put it together on set.
Well, the interior of the coffin, the like lining, was kind of loose. So I think she
Yeah.
literally did put it all together in the workroom.
That's crazy if that's true.
I mean, it wouldn't be
But
too hard.
I
It
kind
is
of
literally
believe
just a
it.
box where you just have to like.
It is, but it's just imagine you're there and you're in the workroom and you're putting your makeup on and you see fucking Bosco
Bosco
in the corner building fucking
Building it in
IKEA
an
furniture.
IKEA box, yeah.
Like
And you're like, what is going
I would
on?
be literally so scared. Every time she like pulled something out, I would be like terrified of what the fuck she's about to do. Because it's like she's so smart and clever. It's like really fucking
It's
intimidating.
very intimidating.
Like I'm intimidated and I'm just watching the show. Okay.
Oh
right.
my god.
How many more
We
are
have
they almost
2 looks final.
okay.
I mean, considering that we've been doing this for 2 hours and it's 2 full episodes, not too bad.
Yeah, no, I thought this was gonna take like the whole day. Oh.
Remember, we had Phoenix, who was
All right. This is crazy.
weathering the storm.
This is crazy.
This was
What the fuck am I looking at? Like I remember thinking it was crazy when I was watching the episode. This looks so much crazier than I remember. Wow.
it's. I feel
So-
bad because Phoenix had a genuine moment. It seemed like talking about her sister,
She did.
but I don't think this
Because her
dress.
sister passed away,
Yes.
right? Right. And that's where, for me personally, I really struggle with this as a concept because if it were me, like my dad just passed away, if I was going to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and I was going to do a look because like inspired by my dad, I would first off, I would pick something more personal than just like weathering the storm as a concept. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I would pick like a more personal detail about him. Like he was a musician. I would probably do like a musical inspired look. And then I would do something way more personal.
Maybe
like,
she was a storm
maybe, like,
chaser.
But you know what I mean? It's like I would like maybe take like the old keys off of his keyboard and like make them into a dress or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like there's so many like ways you could approach this because she obviously wanted to tell that story on TV, and that's totally fair. Like I think that that's smart when you're going on these competitions is like planning like this is really important to me. I want to tell this story about my dad or my sister or whatever. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Roxy Andrews at the bus stop. But it's like there are good ways and bad ways to do that, and I feel like this is, to me, it felt like she had put together this dress. It was kind of ugly, and she was like, "How can I spin this to make it more impactful?" So she told the story about her.
I'm going to be a
sister.
little bit
That was
more
what it was giving
charitable
me.
that she did genuinely make this in remembrance of her sister, and
That's rough.
because I think weathering the storm is a mantra she has used to get over this loss. I just think it just isn't that. It's just not that good as a look.
No, it's really rough.
Like, I think the hair is a chop. I think this like weird shirt
Yeah.
isn't really flattering. The corset's kind of interesting. It's like an asymmetrical metallic corset.
Is it twisted? I can't tell why it looks like that.
It's just like an asymmetrical style because it's like higher on this hip and it comes down on this hip.
Is she twisted?
She's a twister.
Do you think she watched the movie Twisters and she was like, maybe she was like really high one night and she was like, I want to make a dress inspired by the movie Twisters, and this is what she came up with?
No, it's just, and then on the back, it's just like a bunch of sun
insane
stuff. It's like a masquerade mask that looks like a sun and a bunch of gold sparkles.
That's true. I forgot what the back looks like. So it's like the back is supposed to be the sun, but like she has a mask on her back.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even on the back of her
like
head. It's on
back of her
back.
torso.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because she could have put it on the back of her head and it would have looked like she had a second face, which would have been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't do that.
Also,
This
you think
is
if you
rough.
wanted to do like a storm dress where it's like a twister, you'd think you'd want to be able to like spin in it, but then like that ruins the purpose of the back of the dress.
Or if she had done like a Cinderella style reveal where she spins and it turns into a different dress and then it looks different when she's leaving.
That would
I
be
think
cool.
that still
That's a different
would make
prompt.
sense for the challenge.
Because the prompt
I
is
feel like
supposed
that
to
could
be
still make sense.
it specifically said the back of the look is different from the front of the look, not just a reveal.
Maybe she could have actually planned to create a twister with her gay weather machine because she's a woke liberal.
Right.
And she could have used the twister to kill RuPaul on site.
Okay.
I'm really losing it. We've been filming this episode for a long
Yeah.
fucking time.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, Phoenix. That was a really touching story, but it is
Rough. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It has a concept. It's just not really put together very well.
No.
It just looks a little rough.
I also would have liked if there was like a little floating cow in the twister or something. Oh
And
god.
then we have Rue's look.
I never expect to see RuPaul when we're doing this. It's always a jump scare.
It's a decent gown.
she looks
It's
good
pretty.
here. I actually like this
The
gown a lot.
draping
I
is
would say
nice.
it's honestly better than decent. It's like above average for her,
True.
to be honest.
I like the accessories,
Like, they're-
like the big chunky
Okay,
earrings.
to be
nice.
fair, not that RuPaul looks bad. RuPaul usually looks great. The thing is, like, we've seen RuPaul in probably 5,000 dresses like this at this point.
Yeah.
That it's very hard to make a dress like this.
She's wearing the
that
same
doesn't-
ring.
I mean, she loves the fisting ring.
A fisting ring. She's
Yeah,
supposed to
from
wear
her
that
fisting
to
glove
fist.
era. She was wearing it when she was fisting earlier.
Oh god,
I like this. I think
I
it's-
lost my giant ring up there.
I think it's better than the first RuPaul look we saw.
You think so? You think it's better?
Personally. I do, yeah. I actually like it a
I
lot more.
loved that the other one was so different for Rue.
We can just put them next to each other, though.
Yeah. Well, here's our
do you think she
tier
would
list
feel-
for the first
How
two
do you think
episodes
RuPaul would feel
about being
knowing that we
ranked.
place her solidly mid?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th and 14th place on her own show.
Yeah, and I will say I think that even RuPaul has the self-awareness to know that Bosco is doing like high fashion, really cool
Oh,
things that
yeah.
she's not doing every episode. But I do think she would be a little offended to know that we've basically consistently ranked Irene the Alien above her. A famously gone home first actor, character, drag queen. This is a drag show. Oh my god.
I need to rearrange a couple of these things, though. I think this one definitely goes behind Irene's looks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Are there any other alterations you want to do? I think this is pretty solid.
I think it's a little unfair to put those two end of C tier lists above. I feel like those should be like the bottom of the bottom.
You think it's worse than Smooch 'em?
I kind of do, yeah. Like looking at it all lined up, I'm like, but it's also tough because they're challenge.
Their character looks though.
But then you look at what Bosco's wearing, and it's like, right, but like, why do we let that be an excuse to look bad?
I think,
you know what I mean.
I think while these are lackluster looks, they at least fit the characters that they're going for. And this
don't
is
think that's
just a disaster. This goes right.
Yeah,
this goes
no,
right
you're
next to
not wrong.
Princess Disaster. Remember?
Who?
That's what she played
No.
in the Princess Challenge. She's like, "You're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like Linda Evangelista. You're a model."
I could not tell you what
She
the
wore
fuck
that-
you're talking about.
Okay, it was orange.
Was that in her original season, or was
Yes.
that in her All Stars 18?
That was
or
her original
59?
season. She was wearing
how
the
many
orange
times-
chaps.
How many times has Aja been on Drag Race? I feel like this is her fourth
This is her
time.
third
maybe?
time, I believe.
No, there's no way. She's definitely been on more than there has to be.
She
Has
did her
to
original
be.
season. She did All Stars.
I think she did another All Stars.
Did she do another All Stars?
How many times has Aja been on Drag Race? Oh, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe this. I could have sworn she did a second All Stars.
Just trying to get the audience to not trust me. I see.
Wow.
I don't think they need the help.
All right. I feel like this makes sense. I feel like we're adequately sowing distrust and also hatred for ourselves in whoever is choosing to watch this video, this login. So thanks for sticking
Yeah.
around.
How did you feel
we're gonna-
overall about the first 2 episodes?
I didn't like it.
I'm
I felt like they
exhausted
were
already.
really, really dragging. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
The
It's
most
just-
exciting thing that happened was that apparently Olivia. We didn't even talk about this drama. We skipped over it. Bosco said
Oh my
some
God,
like
yeah.
flippant joke about Olivia,
Right.
and Olivia took it very harshly and
Yeah.
stewed on it for like hours, days. I don't even know,
I don't know.
but they made up.
But people reacted very aggressively towards Olivia on Twitter because of that. And which I also think is crazy because it's like I think they're just trying their best to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Because even on set, they probably are becoming aware that this isn't interesting.
Yeah, they're
Which
trying
is like
to
unfortunate
have drama.
when that happens, but
Which the
reality
audience
of-
always claims they want drama, and then they do the slightest bit of drama, and they all freak out on Twitter over it and start calling people
Literally.
mean names.
But the thing about this show, and this is the problem with this setup, is that you're giving people who would normally be sent home first an insane amount of screen time.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who's going home in this group very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you from the first episode that Deja and Phoenix are not going to make it to the next round. Like, I hope every group is not like that. Like, I hope the other groups are a lot more competitive and like really slaying it. But then it's like, looking at the lineups, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be the case.
I think 2 episodes in, we can go ahead and we can do the chop.
Yeah. I think this would have this setup
Also, I
might
forgot what
have
the
worked
scoreboard was at
better.
the end of episode 2. Who won? Bosco.
It was definitely Bosco.
Bosco got 3 points on top of the 1,
Yeah,
so
but-
Bosco's 4.
And she was lip syncing against
Irene, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
'cause it certainly
Irene got
wasn't
2 more points.
Deja. And Deja was the only other one who did well.
And we don't know how the rest
Yeah.
of the points are allocated.
Yeah, because we'll find that out in the next episode. So what's the scoreboard
So
then right now?
Bosco and Irene are tied at the top of the scoreboard with 4 points. Aja has
Okay.
3, and everyone else has 1. And we have 4 pending
Okay.
points for next episode.
Wait, I'm confused.
we know that Bosco and Irene get points because they did the lip sync.
Okay.
So Bosco had 1 point at the end of the first episode, or at the beginning of this episode. She won
Okay.
3 points for winning the
So
lip
it's
sync.
4-4, and then Aja's at 3, and then everyone else at this point in time is at 1 point, but there are 4 points that have yet to be distributed.
Yes. That's why I think it's crazy to not distribute the points until the next episode, because at the end of the episode, we don't even know what the scoreboard looks like fully.
So that's really crazy. So basically, like, Olivia, Deja, and Phoenix have very slim chances of making it to the next round.
Well, if everybody in the bottom, once again, just sort of like trades their points in a circle, then Aja would end up being tied into the top 3, 4-4-4.
Nobody's going to do that.
And then everybody else would have 2 points, which means in the last episode before the bracket ends, things would really have, like, you would have to really shake it up, and Phoenix would have to win the lip sync, and the rest of them would have to get, like, I don't know. It seems pretty set right now. The tops would have to really bomb next week. And
I have something to say.
People would have to be really cutthroat with the points.
Can't speak. I'm being silenced by COVID. What I wanted to say is that we cannot forget RuPaul loves to do second chance games where it's like, suddenly in this episode, you're going to win 6 points.
The points are doubled.
There's always a chance that they'll make it.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if it would feel very fair, considering what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
But what I will say, though, is that the other thing that can happen, it does happen sometimes, for the queens that understand how math works,
Not a lot of them.
is when they start to identify that somebody like Bosco is doing really well, they'll give her points. So, for instance, somebody like Aja might give Bosco a point because she wouldn't want to give a point to somebody like Olivia, because Olivia could, like, squeeze her out of the top.
Yeah, when
So that
everybody
happens
at the
sometimes
bottom
too.
is at like the same level, you don't want to give those people too many other points, because then you're increasing their chances of rising up instead of just keeping the people who are on top and then hoping that since you do well, you're going to also end up there.
Right. Exactly. So it really can kind of go any direction. I think the only thing I know for sure is Bosco's going to be in the top.
Yeah.
And same with Irene. It sounds like
Crazy.
Irene is probably going to be up there too.
Yeah, Irene seems pretty solidly up there because, I mean, they both have the most points. It'd be really hard to overtake them at this point.
Yeah, but Aja could easily get squeezed out if she doesn't play her cards right.
Yeah. No?
It's definitely going to be interesting. Okay, now who do you think's going to be the top 3?
I mean, I still think it's the same. I still think Bosco, Irene, and Aja are probably going to go through.
Too. Unless one of them is really clever with the mind games. Because that's what I like. So if I had 1 point right now, let's say I'm in Olivia's position, I would be playing mind games like crazy. I would be turning everybody against the top people, which is really easy because all you have to do is just point out they're in the top. If you want to get in the top, we have to work together and do this. You turn everybody else who is in the bottom against the top people, but then you look out for yourself and do the math right, and you'll be the one that squeezes up to the top, and then they won't realize until it's already done.
I wish that the point distribution was done more anonymously. I wish you had to actually decide, like you all talk to each other, and then you go into like the little booth and you'd be like, I'm giving my point to so-and-so. And that way you don't know if like someone else also said, like in the first episode, instead of them all discussing it and being like literally just handing it to each other and then feeling the pressure of like, well, I also have to be a nice person, so I'm just going to give it to Deja. Instead, if it's like, oh no, I really felt like Bosco deserved a point this week, and then Bosco ended up with 3 of the extra points, that would have been a huge twist. Because then like Bosco goes to this episode, wins the challenge, wins the lip sync. Bosco's at 6 points now. Like, I think it just kind of sucks because then people are gonna more play like the math game of being like, oh well, somebody already wants to give Aja a point. If I also give Aja a point, then that's gonna boost her up into the finale for sure. Maybe I should just give it to, like, it becomes more about trying to average things out.
Personally,
I like the
think
gaggery
that's
of
more
like, oh
fun.
shit, I gave one to Bosco and someone else gave it to Bosco. Fuck, I just fucked myself by
No.
doing that.
I love a math puzzle. I love the idea of succeeding at Drag Race because you're good at math and mind games. Like, that's fun to me. It's like that one bitch who can't do drag but is great at Settlers of Catan would fucking slay this.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's other ways you could do this to up the drama a little bit. But because I mean, if they continue just being good sports and just giving it as a consolation point to everyone else, I think that's boring.
Oh, we didn't even talk about my favorite moment of the entire episode, which was when RuPaul had them come forward and she was like, you two are the tops. The rest of you are standing on trapdoors.
All of you are standing on trap.
That was so or no, I think she said one of you is standing on a trapdoor.
I wish that was true, because if we started introducing trapdoors to Drag Race,
so good.
That's the breath of fresh air that this competition needs.
Literally. The look of horror in their faces. It was like that scene in The Handmaid's Tale where they take them all out to the gallows and they put the nooses around their neck and they get ready to hang them all, but then they don't do it and they're like, just kidding. It was literally that. Like,
no, because they really let that moment like hang for a bit too. They were like, you're standing on trapdoors, and they're like looking, and they're like, the lights are so bright, I can't really see the stage.
Iconic.
Which of course they would never do that without like briefing you first on the safety of everything and all that kind of stuff.
It is Drag Race. Do you really think they all get briefed all the time on like what they're about to do?
I feel like there's like safety in mind, because like if you freak out, you could really hurt yourself on a trapdoor.
I don't know. They make them sign those contracts that's basically like, we own you. Like,
they could just slip that in there.
Not be shocked if I went on Drag Race and they were like, today you're going bungee jumping. And I would be like, I probably signed a contract that said they can make me do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you'd still be briefed on the safety of bungee. They wouldn't literally just be like, we're pushing you out of the plane right now. You didn't realize you were on a plane.
Maybe that's the briefing of RuPaul being like, here it is, let's go.
But anyways, here's our tier list for the week.
We did it.
This is a really long
episode.
episode.
We're gonna review every fucking episode of the show.
So
unlike Dragula, where we got bored after the musical episode.
The musical episode, oh god. The musical episode, that was...
Not to get off track, but we did finish watching Dragula.
We did watch it.
We just stopped talking about
it. The
motivation
for reviewing it, it really just became a lot. Also, there were also you had stuff coming up in your life. You got a job.
That's true.
That was the major reason why we stopped doing episodes, because we just suddenly didn't have time to.
But we're back now.
Yeah.
And we're going to be reviewing every episode of the season. I think so. Probably. We'll see.
And the upcoming King of Drag competition. We'll be covering that one too.
God, we're going to have so many fucking videos to make.
Woo!
Woo! Subscribe. Like, if you want to watch with us, you can watch with us live if you subscribe to our Patreon. We usually have a pretty solid group of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Watch with us live. We do all kinds of watch parties on top of this too. We watch movies and all kinds of stuff. So if you want to interact with us live, you could do that. Or you can come see us on Twitch, because we're always streaming on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/dollthighs and twitch.tv/lanecoffin, or whatever your name is by the time this video airs, since you change it every 5 minutes.
Great.
I'm
excited to see more looks.
Same.
I'm not excited for the challenges per se, but the looks have been pretty fun so far.
I'm excited to see an entirely new round of queens and then forget about all of this.
Yeah, I can't wait until we completely forget about this entire bracket of queens, like 8 weeks from now when we finally come back to it.
I'm excited.
Great.
All right. On that note, see you guys all later. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.